We'll like to welcome you to everything there is to know. This is our life, this is our time where the passport bros. We'll like to welcome you to everything there is to know. This is our life, this is our time where the passport bros. We'll like to welcome you to everything there is to know. This is our life, this is our time where the passport bros will like to welcome you to everything there is to know. This is our life, this is our time where the passport bro. Sure. What's going on, brothers? What is going on? It's your dude, Mr. International Passport, here again with the legend, Mr. Theo, for another future classic Passport Bro show. Um, First and foremost, can y'all press a one in the live stream chat if y'all can hear me loud and clear? Mr. Theo is my audio crisp and
Hmm,
concise, bro. Am
very
I
good.
good?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yep, definitely.
Fantastic. Fantastic. Shout out to Theo. Y'all press a one in the live stream chat if y'all can hear me loud and clear. Press a one, please. That'd be greatly appreciated. Let's go. Let's go. Awesome. Many ones in the live stream chat. I should be good. So, brothers, thank you for the support over the past couple of years. Welcome. And shout out to the new brothers on this space on the channel. I accept and embrace you with open arms. When you come in the live stream tonight, please like the video. Likes are very important. Hit the super chats tonight. Hit the PayPal. Cop the merch. Join the Patreon. Book your IT consultations for any intel against IT, or check out the Calendly page for any services you want from the channel. For myself, it's all on the Calendly page in the description box below. And of course, show support any way you can by sharing the content with your friends. Let's get the Passport Bros movement popping and get brothers out of the matrix. So let's get straight into it, brothers. Okay. So as you can see in the title of the live stream, okay, Japan and South Korea population drops to a record low. Can Passport Bros save East Asian woman? So before we go down even further into it, let's go for introductions. Over to you, Mr. Theo, who you are, brother. Breaking out for us, brother.
Hi, guys. Good evening. Glad to be here. My name is Theo F. I've been to over 40 countries. I've lived over 20 years abroad. Speak four languages fluently. I have an IT. I have a career in IT, particularly right now. IT cloud security, particularly infrastructure compliance, audit. Um, I teach. I'm one of the teachers. Of course, IP is also a teacher, but I'm one of the teachers within the manosphere. I teach guys how to work cloud and work remotely and be in another country, pretty much the way I was to some degree. Um, I lived in Japan 16 years, and so I have a great deal of knowledge about that country. 1 year Russia, 1 year France. And so what I'm here is to give guidance and explanations and how to regarding various countries, where to go to, what's good for black men, in particular for black men, because of course I'm black, and how to navigate and how to be successful, how to get out of the West and um, have higher standards and meet the woman of your dreams and make a wonderful family. So that's it for me. Give it over to you, IP.
Thank you for that great intro there, Mr. Theo. So I'm International Passport, been on YouTube for a long time, pushing out this travel movement before the Passport was a thing. So I've been on this game for almost a decade now, getting brothers out there, encourage them to get into IT. Also, IT bro as well, IT bro, Passport bro. I currently teach Python. I want to say shout out to my current batch of Python students. Y'all are amazing. Keep pushing. That was a great class we had yesterday. Y'all wanna join my Python course? Look out for it in around June, May, June, or July, around that time. I'll say June, July for the next batch of students. Okay, be
Mm-hmm.
patient. I need to prioritize my current batch of students. Okay, so let's get straight into it. Let's get straight into it. Y'all can see the title. Okay, um, there is a population crisis going on in both Japan and South Korea. Okay, we're going to break down the reasons why it's happening to those two countries. Okay, what could be causing it, what's the issue, and of course how that is related to passport bros. Can we save it? How would that affect us in a positive way, in a negative way? Let's break it down first and foremost by checking out
Mm-hmm.
what they're actually saying right in the articles. Okay, I'm going to share my screen over here, Mr. Theo
Mm-hmm.
F and brothers in the chat. We're going to have a nice, thorough discussion as to what's going on over here. Okay, so share screen. Okay, let me close some windows over here. Give me a second, please. Close that window and close this window. Should only have one window. Present, share screen, share screen. Yeah, we should be good. Okay, we should be good. Let's share this window over here. So I am now sharing my window. Okay, and as you can see here, okay, Japan's birth rate is extremely low. All right, it is 1.3 births per woman. Right, this was taken in 2020. It is now lower than this 1.3 births per woman in 2024. Okay, when we go into the South Korea birth rate, okay, it is 0.4 births per woman in South Korea. How can you have less than one birth per woman in a country? That is insane. I have never seen a stat like that. So essentially, brothers, right? The average woman isn't popping out babies if it's less than one, not even one birth per woman. It is less than one. That is shocking. Okay, so both Japan and South Korea have extremely low birth rates. South Korea has the lowest birth rate in the entire world. Okay, so let's read articles as to why that's happening. Okay, before me and Theo give our opinions here from a passport bro perspective. Okay, so new stats show a record low number of children were born last year in South Korea, with women citing a desire for career and to push back against a male dominated society as key reasons. Interesting. Okay, interesting. So hopefully this ain't too long. We're gonna just skip through a few points here. Okay, so we can see in the article. Okay, they got a story here about Bin Lee. Okay, so when she was younger, Bin Lee wanted to be a mother. Then came a point, however, when she had to make a difficult decision. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
ultimately, she chose her career over a family and is now a successful academic in the city of Daejeon in South Korea. Whew. So I keep seeing career here. So it looks like women here are choosing careers over family in South Korea. This is from a South Korean perspective, okay? Lee, now 44, is one of millions of South Korean women who are making a conscious decision to remain childless, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Resulting in the nation's fertility rates dropping to a record low. That is crazy. So the fertility rates, the average number of births per woman shrank to 0.7 last year in 2023. That is insane.
Mm-hmm.
0.7. So far, I feel right. What's your thoughts on this issue as to women choosing a career over being a mother? And of course, Phil, 0.7 per births of women in South Korea, which is extremely low. Break it down for us, bro.
It's totally unfortunate, and one of the worst things, one of the worst choices that a woman can actually make, or any human being. Choosing a career over family is an automatic loss. Um, I just cannot emphasize enough about what a mistake it is. So again, you are seeing this in westernized countries. It's a big mistake. This is something that people regret a lot of times later on in life. And again, when those eggs are fried and that's the end of your line, you're not going to continue on. You can have a lot of time to reflect, like 40, 50 years of additional life of being alone. And you got to think about your decisions. So is it really worth it? Uh, I would say no. No. the happiest thing you can do in your life, and the most precious thing you can do in your life is actually have a family. Um, I really don't care about, like, again, I have a pretty good career. I like it, but it's secondary. Family for me is always number one.
Facts feel right. So it's I keep saying here, right? They're choosing a career over a family. Okay.
Mhm.
So, brother, do you feel like, society in South Korea, right, and even in Western countries too, it is becoming too hyper capitalistic, right? Now, obviously, I don't agree with these women choosing a career over family. I think they're doing a very wrong mistake, right? But, bro, don't you feel like, capitalism is going out of control, right? In some cases, or do you feel like women here are being selfish here? They want to be a boss babe. They want to, they're taking in that TikTok, social media image of being a boss babe, boss chick. I don't need no man. Is that the problem here for you, or is it capitalism itself, brother, in your opinion?
Well, any kind of boss babe mentality, that's a Western idea. So the Korean and Japanese women would never speak that way, just not a part of their culture. What they would talk about is just being by themselves, or having enough to live the life that they want by themselves, like going on vacation, um, going to cafes, having an easy life. Kind of in one way or another, kind of like the way that life was in university. That's what they think is ideal. They can just kind of stop at that point. So as long as they have a one bedroom apartment, they have, yeah, really, like enough food to eat. Doesn't have to be extravagant. Some time in cafe, new shoes, a decent computer system, and their friends online. That's good enough. That's it. That's the end. And that's, it's unfortunate, but there are women out there who definitely think that that is the ideal, and they don't need to have anything more than that.
Wow. Facts, absolute facts. So it says here, right? The figure is well below the 2.1 children required to maintain South Korea's population. Okay, with the mere okay, with the mere 230 children born last year. How can only a quarter of a million children be born last year in the country? That is shocking, hinting that the nation's total population is on course to fall to around 26 million, half their population, bro, by the end of this century in 2021. So, brother,
Dang.
their population could half, brother, by the end of this century, which is in 75 years' time, brother, to 25 million.
Mm-hmm.
That is
Yep.
that is insane, bro.
Mm. Yep.
That is insane.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
Damn. So let's see for the other reasons here, right? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So a successful career in Korea's male dominated society. Now, they keep saying that Korea is male dominated, okay? But again, Baba, liberals, right, love twisting things, okay? What does that mean, male dominated society? There's always a cop out here, bro. But when you hear male dominated society, right, and you look at how South Korea is run, how it's run, the infrastructure, right? If men were responsible for that, then we can only applaud them, right, for how South Korea functions as a country overall. So, in my opinion, feel right, they're trying to blame men here for this problem. But can men be blamed for the birth rate in South Korea?
No, not at all. That's very silly concept. Although, I mean, there are women. I this is, again, the feminist trope. I always talk back to the feminists. I'm like, well, especially like in this country, like, most of the feminists are white, and I said, well, this is a white dominated country. Should I, like, stop wanting to reproduce just because all the power is in the hands of white people, and particularly white men?
Mm,
No, because, you know that woman walking down the street got that little twang in her booty, so I kind of want to hit that. So, I'm still a man. I don't care about the power structure. I'm still a man who wants to reproduce. I understand who I am. Um, So if they're having issues about this, that means I think they, personally, I just think they have to figure it out on their own. They're not having a sufficient level of threat, and it just means everything's kind of cozy. You would think that when society hits this point, when it is cozy, we could really make amazing families that people would be mass producing, but no, they're not. So yeah, it's on the women right now on these points. It's their decision.
Facts, bro. And we can't really call Korea a male dominated society, right? If okay, men have to go to the military service and women don't have to do that at all. So essentially, men actually lose years, brother. All men in South Korea must do the mandatory military service, and a lot of men are not happy about that. Women, right, are exempt from that. So if South Korea was truly a male-dominant society, okay, why is there so many privileges for women in South Korea? Right? It's a privilege for you not to serve in your nation's army, right? Hardly anyone wants to do that, bro. Spend a couple years sleeping in bunker beds, waking up at 6 a.m. to go hunt for wolves and all that nonsense, bro. So you know when you keep hearing male dominated, it's a cop out, right? For you spoke facts there, right?
Mhm.
Okay, we're in the West, and it's clear the white man runs the Western countries. He runs England, he runs America, he runs France. Okay,
Mhm.
does that mean that we as black people, right, shouldn't pop out babies? Hell no,
Hmm. Yeah, great.
hell no.
Yeah, yeah. I definitely agree with you. And um, what I always so some of these women who talk this way, I always said like, okay, like say like a Korean woman who talks this way. I say, okay, so if you get a K-pop star and he's in front of you, he's got the hots for you. I mean, are you gonna want to have children? And suddenly she talks about becoming a baby factory, right? Or if I say Brad Pitt were in front of you, or Idris Ilba, if he were in front of you, like, would you want to have children? And suddenly, yeah, I mean, of course, she'd want to do it. So then it's an irrational price level for her to reproduce. And again, when they're talking about it being male dominated, they're talking about that men are making most of the decisions, men are making most of the are controlling most of the money, things like that. And what I always tell them is that you are more than happy to go into construction, into plumbing. You are more than happy. You are, to make your own company, because if men are making the companies, it's because they accumulate capital and then they go out and bear all the risk, and they have to work for years. And a lot of these times, there's no woman with them at all. So, I mean, if you're willing to go out and spend years to make a company, which will effectively mean that you cannot reproduce, well, go ahead, go on ahead and do that, because women have a very limited reproduction window. Um,
Facts.
so if they want to go ahead and do it, go ahead and fine. It's a lot of these women. It's like they think that by the time they're 26 years old, they should they should have already founded a multi-billion-dollar company. And I'm like, what planet are you from? So you know, they my personal feeling about this in the West is that they need to make their decision about this. Um, the Japanese have been having problems with this for at least 150 years,
Mm.
particularly in the Tokyo area and Osaka.
Yeah. So let's touch upon, brother. Okay. The Japanese part. So that's the South Korea part, right? What's happening in
Mm-hmm.
Japan? So Japan also experiencing a low birth rate. So births
Mm-hmm.
in Japan hit record low as government warns crisis at critical states. Okay, so it's critical right now. The birth rate continues to fall as young people increasingly reluctant to have children due to bleak job prospects, cost of living, and work culture. Let's break it down further, okay? So the South Korea issue from women, they say they blame, they're choosing careers over family, and blaming, male-dominated society. What about Japan? Okay, so it says here, okay, the number of babies born in Japan last year fell for an eighth straight year to a new low. Okay, eighth straight year, brother. Okay,
Mhm.
there were just over 700,000 babies born in Japan in 2023. That's a lot higher, bro, than South Korea, where there was only 250,000. Okay, huge difference there. So it says here, going on here, surveys show that many younger Japanese both can't marrying or having families. So young Japanese people don't want to marry or have families, bro. That sounds very Western to me, bro. I'll keep it a stack. Discouraged by bleak job prospects, the high cost of living that raises at a faster pace than salaries, and corporate cultures that are not compatible with having both parents work. Interesting, okay? So
Mm.
let's see here. Let's carry on down here. Okay.
Mm.
Japan's population of more than 125 million. South Korea has only 50 million. Japan has 125 million. It's projected to fall by about 30% to 87 million, bro, by 2070. That's only 40 years away, 2070.
Mm.
You know, with four out of every 10 people age 65 or older. That's a very old population then, bro. A
Mm.
shrinking and aging population has big implications for the economy and for national security as the country seeks to fortify its military to counter China's increasingly assertive territorial ambitions. So, brother, they've got birth rate issues, they've got a high age population, and they've got China in their back door, right, flexing their
Mm.
muscle. Break it down for us, Phil. Why is this happening? Do you agree with it?
Oh yeah, this kind of problem has been happening for a while. I mean, I I I don't worry about China. You got the United States military right there. I'm not even worrying about China. Um, what it is in this case is, I mean, you've been to Japan. Japan's a very prosperous country. It's like
Mm,
a Switzerland. So there is no need there. There is no want. Okay. So if they're talking about in this way, they're talking about expectations, not about actual like poverty or actual difficulty. When they're talking about something that's difficult, they can buy a new phone every year. They can pay rent. If they need to put money down for a mortgage for a one-bedroom apartment, they can do that. They have some income or some inheritance coming from their parents or a family member. So because there's not going to be brothers or sisters a lot of the time. I mean, there's a lot of just a lot of only children. So there are plenty of resources. Ultimately, this isn't like the way they're talking. It's like it's like post World War II, and most of Japan is in the ashes, and that they can still see Tokyo burning, and the American military is going with tanks and killing people throughout. No, right, deleting people over the place. That's not happening, right?
mm.
So the Japanese are doing very well. They can take 2 vacations a year. Can you take a vacation easily? No, I mean, well, you can. You do actually, but you have a different plan for it. I make over $500,000 a year. I can't take a vacation, so forget that.
Damn.
Um, yeah, these people but have a much better quality of living than I do. These people eat pure organic. I can't eat pure organic. I actually have to go through a lot of effort to eat pure organic. Um, yeah, so they're talking about a cush life. They're talking about a very nice life, and this is about expectations. Um, if they come together as a nation and say, we really want to make more Japanese people, and families are esteemed, then yeah, they can do it. They can actually make more people, but they're not doing that, and that's what's happening in a lot of Western countries. So because of this, yeah, there's a failure to actually reproduce.
Interesting, bro. Obviously, brother, you lived there in Japan for a number of years. You saw it in full time, and that was a great
Hmm.
breakdown there, bro. So economic pressures, to mention that as well. Isolation, I know that's quite big in Japan. Loneliness, is quite big there. In terms of hikikomoris, etc., etc.
Hmm.
So if a huge population is lonely and in their room all day, how are they going to meet chicks, or how's a woman going to meet men? So that's a problem there too, bro. Um, so That's interesting there, brother, for Japan. It's funny over here in the end of the article, which country has the highest birth rate? Niger boasts the world's highest fertility rates with nearly
Mhm.
7 children per woman. Yo, shout out to Niger, bro. 7 children per woman. They're getting down over there. Shout out
Mm,
to Niger. Wow, incredible.
yeah.
So let's go on to this article over here, bro, okay? Which actually summarizes why women in Asia are having fewer babies. Okay. Came out recently. Okay. So it says here, let's see. So what's driving the decline in birth rates? All right. So
Mhm.
again, brother, right? It says here, okay, economic growth also tends to expand educational opportunities, which means that women suddenly find themselves questioning traditional gender roles of housewife and mother. As a result, they may choose to avoid marriage and childbearing altogether. So
Mhm.
essentially, brother, right? East Asian women, right? Some of them are choosing again, brother, career, education over being a housewife and a mother, brother.
Mhm.
So over there, they obviously they can, y'all can do what they can do what they want, okay?
Mhm.
But is it the right decision, brother, for them to be doing so, bro? Should there be a point where you go to university, maybe you work for a year or two, you stop for a bit, you become a mother, pop out babies, and go back to the workplace, or you actually avoid working, just go to university, find a great man at university, right, and be a stay-at-home mom, or should I avoid going to school, working at all, brother? What's your thoughts about this, brother, in terms of women, when they get money, right, they avoid housewife and motherly duties?
Um, what their decision is, I really don't comment on that. So, I mean, I they make a decision, and um, I think all I can say is that they need to really be thinking about the outcome of their decisions. This I would say the same thing to men, but usually in the end, the men are, I mean, a great deal of them are looking to actually make children. Women have to think about this at a much younger age and think about whether or not they actually want to have children, or they can't really reverse it. Like at 42 years old, you can't really go back. Um, uh, I'm trying. I'm trying to be sensitive. I'm trying to be sensitive because I don't want to say something that could be clipped into something damaging against the manosphere. So I'm trying to I'm trying to heed my words, basically. Um, so if they, I getting an education is great. I love my education. I think it's wonderful. But when I get, the more educated I become, the more life I want to make. That's
Mm,
usually normal for me. As far as I'm concerned, I would love to have about 10 kids. I would, I mean, if I had the opportunity, boom, I'd do it. It wouldn't even be a question. Um, and I have friends who have 4 or 5 kids. I think the max I have for a few of my friends are 8. One guy is 9. He's out in the countryside in America. He just couldn't stop. He just really liked his wife, so they have they have 9 kids on one salary, out in the
ah,
boonies. Yeah, but they live a frugal life, but it's about what makes you happy, and both of those people are constantly working. Like there's no stop. There's no like, okay, you don't have 9 kids and just come home and sit down at the sofa. There's no way, because the kids are going to attack you. So yeah, you're hiding from the kids just as much as the woman is. Your wife is hiding from the kids, right? Uh, so oh, the point is what's going to make you happy, and what is the focus of your life? Where are you going with your life? For me, I think family and children is number one. I have 2 master's degrees. I would never, myself personally, I would never say because of my education that I don't want to reproduce. I don't understand that concept. That doesn't make sense to me. I'm very much the opposite. The more education I have, the more prosperous I'm becoming, the more I'd like to see. mass childbirth.
Facts.
I'd really like that.
Because also, brother, you want to have legacy, right? You want to, pass on what you've worked, to your kids. Obviously, you want to like, share your, share your wealth with your kids, right? Because you've worked towards, you want to share with people you love, right?
It's more,
Go on. Mhm.
it's a confidence thing. It's more of being confident in the future. That's all. And understanding that I don't have to live in a metropolitan area. The longer that you live in a metropolitan area, the least likely you are to reproduce. Been a problem for a while now. Europe at least 200 years, Japan 150 to 300 years in the metropolitan areas. We have women not reproducing because of crowded conditions. If you go out in the middle of nowhere, there's plenty of space. It's fun to make kids. So it's what focus do you have? I think that's it. It's not so much. You could say about a legacy. I mean, I'm not really. When I see a black miniskirt, I'm not thinking about legacy so much. I'm thinking about other things. I mean, if I'm kind of confident, I'm like, yeah, I can pay for all these kids. It's just, hey, you got a nice smile. We get along together. Okay, yeah. let's put this black dress to use. All right. So, like that's how I am. I mean, that's how I am as a man. And I just want to go out and reproduce. So it doesn't leave me. I don't know what's wrong with a lot of these people. To get an education, then you don't, because of your education, you don't want to.
So let me ask this right. So it says here, right, that appears to be true in South Korea, where women say they often feel forced to choose between having a career or family. How can you feel forced to choose between, what you want to do with your life, right? Particularly when it comes to career or family. Do you think, Theo, right, that women in, that area of the world are becoming more selfish? Right? Because obviously to have a family, brother, is a selfless act. Why is that? Because you are now allocating your resources towards the kids. You're paying for the kids' food, education, maybe childcare. So that's out of your pocket, right? To raise that child, right? Okay. So women that want to have no children, could we say that they're selfish, brother? They're thinking about themselves. They want to travel around the world until they're 50. They want to sleep around with different dudes. Not having any commitment back home. But for some women are like that, bro. Do you think that's the same case over there? In that area of the world, brother. In your opinion, is selfishness in terms of me, 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 me,
me. How do I say this? Focusing on oneself more than the future deprives the self also of a future. So I would rather, I mean, I've got a pretty nice situation here right now, right? But I mean, if there's no kids, then really what's the point? Because you have everything that you want, but you don't have somebody to share your life with. And what I always say, like, again, you can get a new phone every year. You can get a new computer every year. Okay. And there is some dopamine to that, but there's also an amazing level of dopamine to be able to share your life and your values to someone else who has your DNA. So I would much rather do that than buy a new computer every year anyway. So you could say it is. I mean, again, I'm worried about clipping, how this would be clipped. Let's just say it. I can't really say it's selfishness to short sight yourself of children and your own DNA and your prosperity in the future, particularly when you are sacrificing seeing them, love you and making their own families in 20 years. Is that, can I really say that's selfishness, or is that just being stupid? That's how I would really think of it. Are you being idiotic? Are you not really thinking? You're being short-sighted. That's the way that I would more or less look at it. I would much rather, in 20 years from now, I would much rather see my children be going to university and talk to them about their lives than, you know, I don't know. I have 20 condos in Sao Paulo and another 10 in Cartagena, Colombia, and I'm just going between my condos. Like, who cares about that? It gets boring after a while. Give me the kids.
Thanks, bro. And I think a lot of women lack foresight nowadays. They're not thinking about the future. Where do you want to be when you're 45? How do you envision life there, right? When you're 55, 65, you want to have kids, grandkids, but women they're not thinking like that, brother. They want to take Instagram pics, be a foodie, all that nonsense, bro. It's a shame, bro. And and that's why women need men in their lives, and that's why women who come from single mother households, I stay clear away from, because if there's no man in your life, right, where do you get guidance from? Men are the ones that give guidance. Hey, do that, do this, think about the future, etc., because we're more logical and less emotional. So it's a shame, bro. So before we give the passport, how we can solve as passport if possible, it says here, right? Some studies suggest that, let me see, for example, and later age now. I'm gonna skip that out, okay? So let's give it. Let's give a passport bro perspective, brother. Okay, so, brother, when you hear that as a passport bro, what can we as passport bros do to potentially fix that? Now, Theo, this might sound crazy, Theo. This might sound crazy, Theo, but I'm proposing for 1 million black men, okay, 1 million black passport bros to head over to South Korea separately, and another 1 million to Japan separately to impregnate Japanese women, brother, and South Korean women, and save the population, brother. Brother, is that the way forward? Is that possible, brother? Can we get 1 million passports for each country? Why not?
No, because they already have their own population, and these women aren't going to become prolific just because they have black men running down the street. It's not going to happen. They're still going to maintain the same way of thinking about it. So I was just thinking about this actually as I was walking my dogs tonight, and a lot of Western women get into this trap of reading like romance novels or going to Instagram and thinking that they're going to have this spectacular life. And, of course, if they could get, Brad Pitt, Idris Elba, something like that, they would want to have children suddenly, miraculously, right? But as Kevin Samuels would always say to them, who are you going to be in the marriage? And she would still be the low-level woman that she was before. So she wouldn't be the kind of woman that the men would want. So just because you have these foreigners suddenly coming into Tokyo doesn't mean that a lot of these women who aren't having children, that they would suddenly become really prolific or really want to have kids, and then also that they would be the kind of wife that the men would want. A lot of these women would be exactly hardcore Japanese in that they would take the man's salary and they wouldn't put out after they have their first child. And they would be presenting these passport bros with the exact same problem that the Japanese men have. So it wouldn't solve anything. It would just give a few places you have a temporary population increase, but that would go away over a long period of time, or actually within 10 years. What I say is the people who want children should go out and meet people who also want children, and they have to get together. So as long as they can get together and have children, we're fine. It's something that the government, like the Japanese government, said. I remember before I left, they said they can't stop the women who don't want to have children. They can't do anything to influence that. But if the women who want children, if they would have just one more child, the population problem would cease. And that's actually true. So what's necessary to do is find the woman. Okay, if you're I'm very prolific. Find the women who are also prolific and make one or two extra children with them. Then it solves the problem. Then we have something.
Interesting, bro. So now, from a passport bro perspective, right, brother, right? Okay. Do you think that, when we go over to Japan and South Korea, particularly with this current population issue, do you think that we are at a disadvantage, brother? Particularly hospitals that want to build families with Japanese women and South Korean women. You're essentially walking into a lion's den, brother. So do we lose hope in, that area of the world, brother? Or do we have to just seek out very well women that, want kids, brother? But also to answer that question, brother, right? So would you say that we have to also, right, make sure that we are well equipped financially to enable her to be a housewife? Because
Yes.
obviously, if you're earning the same salary as a Japanese dude, right, and you come in the picture, she ain't gonna, pop out babies, right? But if you have the resources, brother, right, and you tell her, listen, I can look after you and the kids, I need you to be a housewife, and you can pop out babies with her, brother. Is that the way forward, brother?
Okay, so let me comment on this one. The Japanese men make more than enough money to make huge families. If you would compare Japanese men's current salary to the salary post World War II, Japanese men are freaking rich. Like, do you really want to go to post World War II where at least 95% of the population, well, nice 90% of the population didn't have sewer systems and air conditioning? Let's just go there. Let's just do air conditioning. Like, they don't have, they got air conditioning like crazy in Japan right now. You don't, just imagine just no air conditioning at all. Japanese men can pay for a good life compared, historically speaking, to what they had before. So it's the expectation on the woman's part. That's all. If she lowers her, if she basically, like, if she met Ichiro, for example, and she just said, "Hey, look, I want this future with you, Ichiro. I want our children," and then she just went to town with this guy, and you know, didn't stop writing him. Well, then there'd be 3 kids, and boom, there it is. We've got no problem. So it's really the emphasis on the woman on this part, of what's actually possible to do in the future. If they change, and if they decide they want to have the children, good. But a lot of them are not, and I think that's unfortunate. You got the Philippines, and you have Thailand. We have college educated women who gladly will have 6 kids and work because she values her children. Same thing again. I'm from Illinois. You got plenty of people there who can have 4 or 5 kids and be college educated and work. It's not an issue. So it's the value of the people. So if you get the passport bros coming in, I mean, some of them will make kids, but a lot of the women still won't, because they're wanting to be in a central location inside the city, which makes no sense. And they're dealing with vanity. And vanity in this case makes absolutely no sense at all. Your pride and your happiness should be with your family, not where you're not where you live and how many people look at you and notice where you are and how many likes you get on Instagram. That's the issue. So, though, if that makes you die out after, you think about your DNA line survived World War II, years of feudal wars in Japan, invasions here and there, pestilence, death, destruction. It survived all that, but it couldn't survive Instagram and living in central Tokyo. I mean, that's on you, honey. That's what I gotta say. That's your issue. nobody else's issue. The government did their job in actually making a very good society, a prosperous society. Just go make
So,
your kids.
so let me ask this right, okay? So I'm gonna actually throw out a very hard hitting question, open question, right? Maybe the problem isn't, a male dominated society or, whatever reasons they're actually saying, right? Perhaps feel right. Japanese women and South Korean women are being avoided by Japanese men and South Korean men because they're not wifey. Oh, perhaps feel right.
Yeah.
Japanese men and South Korean women, Japanese men and South Korean men know them very well inside out. And they're thinking, I don't want to wife a Japanese chick up. I don't want to wife a South Korean chick up, brother. But wait, could that be a reason, or
Yeah.
are we wrong there?
No, that could be a reason because, again, you take a Japanese man, he goes to Cambodia, he goes to a place that doesn't have electricity. He can literally do that. Marries a woman, brings her back to Japan. He's going to make 3 kids with her, right? Or he tries to marry a Japanese woman who says his salary isn't enough. It was enough to. Why is it with one unit he can't make a child, with another unit he can? If he makes it with a a Cambodian woman, those kids are going to go to the same educational system, have the same prospects in life as he would if he were with a Japanese woman. So the Japanese man, remember, the number one international marriages in Japan is with Japanese men and non-Japanese women. They,
Mm,
the options are there. So these Japanese men, I think, are noticing indeed that there's quite a number of materialistic women out there, and they don't make good wife material, and so they're opting not to marry. Now we have us, the passport bros. To many Japanese women, we are kind of like that, like the like the Westerner from the romance book, right? And they're having this, like, I don't know, like anime based view of Western culture, of who we are, and it kind of makes her, gives her the tingles a bit more. But in the end, it doesn't mean that she changes her values regarding marriage. She's going to be exactly the same, which is that she she would like to roll in the hay a bit with this Westerner a bit, but she's the same. So you have to go to places where the women really want to have kids. Um,
mm.
Again, I'm seeing this more and more often. I'm talking to Colombians right now, and I can't believe the degree to which they want children. Filipinas, highly prolific, really want to have kids. So it's, you got to go to the place where the women want to, see their offspring.
So, brother, now what if Japanese women and South Korean women don't like South Korean men and Japanese men? You know, maybe they're
Mhm,
not attracted to them like that, Theo, right? Maybe
mhm.
they see, a brother like Theo, a brother like myself, and now, okay, can we bring in 1 million passport into our country, please? Get 1 million into our country. We'll get with them instead.
Mhm.
Obviously, jokes aside, Theo, right? Could perhaps that they don't like their men, brother, and we know that for a fact that in the West, okay, East Asian women go after white men as if the world will end tomorrow, right?
Mhm.
They love, white men, East Asian women in the West, right? Is that, kind of sentiment growing there in, right, in Japan and South Korea, where they like foreign men more than their own men, bro?
To some degree, that is happening, but see, the thing is okay. So they go out with a passport bro, right? He's more sexually attractive. Let's say that's what gives her the tingles. She's still going to treat him exactly the way she would a Japanese man. She has the same expectations. So in that situation, particularly in marriage, we're talking before marriage, it's a little bit different, but in marriage, she's going to be the exact same person. So in that case, it's just that the Westerner is a little bit more is fooled, basically, and he's going to be in a bad situation. So it's, you're not going to have any extra kids. What you're going to have is a woman who says, okay, you're married now, foreigner, your salary, give it to me. Give me your bank card. I'm in control of everything now. So it didn't change at all. So you have the same situation where no children are going to be made. And then suddenly she has, a lot of Japanese and Korean women think that the Western man is richer. So more prosperity. But it's not fundamental like, okay, so he can buy meat and chicken, meat, fish, vegetables, and rice perfectly. No, the Asian man can do that just fine. He's rocking it. He's doing a good job. It's like this. I don't know, like this fantasy of additional, like Instagram based living, which is a fantasy. This is what she's actually going for. These kinds of problems were well described in like Madame Bovary, and what was the other one? Flaubert. I can't remember what. That's right. No, Flaubert wrote Madame Bovary, and then also Anna Karenina. I forgot which one it was, but by Tolstoy. Anna something. It should be on my shelf someplace.
Anna Karenina.
Karina, yeah. We're talking about this woman who has a high standard of living, who suddenly, because she has a high standard of living, can't reproduce. Like her eggs or something special. And this is ridiculous. She still has the same eggs. She's still biologically the same person. So it's her values. So what you're having are more Japanese and Korean women becoming like Madame Bovary, it's like Madame Kim and Madame Tsukioka, something like that. That's what's really happening. It's not anything different. It's the same thing. You would think that with all that education and additional resources, you could produce even better children. No, you don't produce. Well, that's on her.
Damn. So, but now from a possible perspective, right? We're seeing stats like this. We're seeing stats right now like this, brother, right? Can we still go to Japan and South Korea to find wifey, right? Particularly wifey to have kids with, brother. Obviously, brother, it's looking quite bleak there in terms of population crisis, but can we still find wifey women, brother, to pop out kids for us as passport bros, or do you have to pivot our attention to Latin America or Africa and keep it a stack feel? Keep it 100 with me, brother.
I would say you could still go there and get kids, but for the amount of effort that it takes, you would get bang for buck by going to the Philippines, Thailand, Cambodia, Vietnam, Ethiopia, Tanzania, without a doubt, Colombia, Peru, Guyana, Brazil, Chile, Argentina. Those would be the countries you should be going towards, because those women, like, man, they're going to be thrilled if you knock them up. Like that, they have won the lottery. So basically, what they would like to have is, like, you know how the Western woman wants to have a new iPhone every year? A lot of these women would like to have a new kid every year or every 2 years. Right? Good. And that's what they really want to see as a child. So it's like, what do you want to see? What is your focus? For myself, I would love to see a new kid every 18 months. No problems there. I'd do it. I have no issue with it. So you have to find the woman who's like, yeah, you know, go for it. It's not an issue.
Brother, it feels like...
Good.
Go on.
No, you first.
Brother, it feels like to me, right, if you're going to tackle East Asia, particularly South Korea and Japan, if you're into those kind of women, brother, right, you need to actually have enough resources to make her a housewife. I don't think she'll pop out kids for you, brother, if she's not going to be a housewife. She ain't going to pop out kids for you and go back into a career or do that career stuff. She's going to want to look after the kids.
No, she could be a housewife. It's based upon her values. I mean, ultimately, she can become a housewife. you have more than enough resources to become a housewife. It's these additional expectations. Because look at me, if you get look at the welfare state. Why is it that on the welfare state you can for say 40,000 quid, you have a woman in Manchester who can have 5 kids, right? You got that in New York. You got the same thing in Chicago. You can have 5 or 6 kids just on the welfare state. Well, the welfare state only provides in U.S. dollars, it only provides between $40,000 to $70,000 worth of benefits. So in the countryside, you can actually make those kids. So why is it that if a man is making $100,000 a year and he's in the countryside, that suddenly the cost of him having a kid goes up, but if the state is there, the cost of the child goes down? It makes no sense. Yeah. So this is about the mentality of the woman. If the woman says, "Hey, look, your $100,000 a year is great, and I like you as a person. I got a bottle of this. I got a black skirt. Go for it." Right? That's all it takes. That's it. You've got a kid, right? Well, the woman on welfare had no problems with that. Why is it the educated woman is having such an issue? Also, to some degree, the educated man, but in particular, it's the educated woman, because she has these different expectations. Okay. Do you think there's really going to be any different if we exchange you for a Filipino? No. It would be the same kid coming out, the same environment, the same educational system, the same consumption, no change. The only thing is that you changed the woman. So for the Western woman's, what I can say, unrealistic expectations, it ends up with her not being able to reproduce. Good job, you played yourself.
A lot of women, bro, right, across Western women, even foreign women, right, in particularly in East Asia, Japan, and South Korea, they need to humble themselves, bro. They need to humble themselves big time. Because guess what, right, Theo, right? A lot of women feel like, they're young, they're at their peak, they're at their prime. A lot of guys after them, they look great. Guess what, honey? You won't be 21 forever. You won't be 25 forever. Okay, 10 years time, you'll be 35, and you're gonna be replaced by the next 21-year-old or the next 25-year-old chick. Okay, so women need to humble themselves, brother, and think smart. Right, get married earlier. Right, pop out babies. Right, and get society running again. Right, because but guess what, Phil? It will never happen. Guess what, Phil, right? Who benefits from society like this, brother? The powers that be. If women not having kids, right? They're spending money on makeup, going out, brother, brunches, food, traveling. Who benefits from that, brother? The powers that be. So, brother, the powers that be want this, Phil. They planned this, Phil. Brother, this has been planned by brother. This is a matrix attack, brother. This right, brother, is a matrix attack, brother. It is planned by the matrix, bro.
I would just look at the history of France. Let's just do France right here. Do you really think it was the plan of France to have around 20% of the country be Muslim? No.
Yeah, of course, bro.
No.
But let me tell you why I feel. Let me tell you why I feel, right? They exploit the resources of the Muslim country, brother. Algeria, Niger, Burkina Faso. They definitely, brother. They'd rather bring in more Muslims so they can exploit the countries get their oil, get their gold on very cheap, brother. Trust me, feel right, brother. Even in the UK too, feel right. A lot of people coming in from different countries, right? And they're coming, brother, from resource-rich countries. So we're happy to bring you in, as long as you let us export your resources and get your gold on a cheap, brother. Brother, it is all planned by the matrix, brother, and the powers that be, brother.
I don't think so. So in this case, again, I'm going to keep on going with France, because I use France very much as a model. You have these women who are educated, you have the white French population, who suddenly the women are educated and they stop producing children. And then you have the immigrant, particularly in the 60s, you have these immigrant Muslim workers who are working in the factories who don't return back to Tunisia and Algeria, and they stay in France, and they're definitely making kids. They're very prolific. And then, of course, they have mosques. Well, really, the French could barely take Protestants. Now they have mosques around, and it's having to change their identity as a people. This isn't something necessarily that they want. There's friction over this stuff, and I don't see this as being a plan. This is if this is a plan, this is a very weird plan. They don't want to have, like, we're talking about people who don't even want to speak English, right? So why would Arabic be something that they would want? It's a different language family. So they wanted to have a certain future. They screwed it up. So they get some reasons, but who cares? They're declining power. The resources go elsewhere. I don't see I don't see this really as a plan at all. What I think is that nobody estimated that the educated Western woman would be so reluctant to have children, and therefore you have the United States having Latinos, and then you have Europe having Muslims come in, mostly Arabs coming in order to maintain populations. This isn't necessarily a part of their national identities. The reason why Korea and Japan are having such a problem with their population is that they don't really have a function or ability to bring in other countries' people, in particular Cambodia, Thailand, Laos. They're not going to be able to bring them in mass numbers. There's no way that's going to happen. So their populations will just decline. That's the way it
So
is.
let me say this right then. A good point there, Phil, right? Do you think that one of the big problems as to why Japan and South Korea population is dropping to an all-time low, because they are not religious societies, brother, right? East Asian people, they're not religious. They don't believe in God. They don't believe in a higher power than be. But we find that if you're more religious, you're more likely to have kids. Okay, brother? Okay. But if you're not religious, you're giving yourself to worldly beings, partying, drinking, hot girl summer lifestyle. And brother, it appears that lack of religion in these countries, brother, right, is also causing this, brother. They have no, they don't believe in a higher power. That's why I encourage all men on this platform to date and marry women that are Christian, that are Muslim, that believe in a higher power, right? So you can have less problems. What's your thoughts on that, Theo?
Korea is one of the most Christian countries I've ever been to in my entire life. Straight out, they are hyper Christian, and they're not making kids. So I wouldn't say necessarily it's because of religion. I would say it's because of they got oceans around them, so you can't just walk in and become an illegal alien. So it's easy for Latinos to come to the United States and for Arabs to come to Europe. And then you don't have Europeans wanting to go to the Middle East, and you don't have Americans wanting to go to South America. So because of that, the population tends to be one way. How are you going to get to Japan? You have to fly there most of the time, so that the ports are easy to maintain. It's like they have firewalls. You can have traffic routed to one area, so you can do your traffic inspection and your policy. Whereas the American and European borders are largely porous in comparison. So, yeah, if you can't have illegals coming in mass numbers, what are you going to do? Like
That's my
South
point there,
Korea.
Theo, right? That's my
South Korea is
point.
a function. Well, they're not,
So
but it's not about religion in this case, because again, think about the people who are coming over to the United States and Europe. They're highly religious, right? The immigrants are super religious, and they're also mass producing. So if you go to Korea, again, I'm a product of Korean churches. They're one of the highest Koreans. The Koreans are some of the most religious people I've ever met in my life. They're still not making the kids. No.
So that means, Theo, right? We got to get 1 million black men over to Japan and South Korea. But you remember, but you mentioned illegal immigration and people not coming in. Then, brother, hold on, Theo. We got to book 1 million flights for Japan and South Korea. right? 1 million flights, right? In American airports, UK airports, Canadian airports, get 1 million brothers over there to, so the population, bro. Again, bro, it's down to a numbers issue. All they need is brothers, and brothers are happy to do so. If press one in the chat if you want to be a part of the 1 million black men to go over to South Korea and Japan.
You're gonna have a 900,000 deportations real quick. That's what's gonna happen. And then you'll have another year from that, you'll have 50,000 deportations, and then you'll have maybe 25,000 in each country who actually are assimilated into their culture and go through the process. That's how that one's going to work out, because those two countries, but look, you can't get Chinese to assimilate. So if they're not going to do it, how are you thinking to get black men to do that in mass numbers? It ain't going to happen. There's no way. It has to change the values of the people. That's what it really comes down to. That's it. I'm like, you have enough. You have more than enough. Don't you want to share? No, I want more. Okay, well then you have an issue. I'd rather share.
Awesome. Same here, man. Like, have plenty of kids, have a family, have a wife. That's how life should be, man. Hopefully Japan and South Korea gets their ish together, because it's just, or else we're gonna get. I'm gonna round up 1 million black men, right, to save both nations. I don't care. So
those planes would be shut down, man. They'd have rocket launchers out there, just shoot them down one after another. There's no way. If you get like 2 million European, like you got white boys coming out, they do the same thing. They just shoot the planes down. It's like, you get out of here. Like, okay, so U.S. military isn't going to be able to make those kind of numbers, and they're there on the bases. It's the population of the people. They're not doing it. They have to decide what they want, and they have to decide what they want in terms of building a family and building a nation. And if they're not doing that, that's on them. So if they choose something different, then they're not going to have the family, and they're not going to have a strong nation. They need to make that decision. Me, I like to have a strong family and a strong nation, which means some woman is going to be bent over a chair eventually, and she's going to become pregnant quite often. That's the way it is. That's why I always tell Angelica, and I said, if you really want this to go long term, get used to looking at the kitchen table. That's the way that one goes. All right. So if that's not what it's going to be, if they're really not thinking of it in that terms, they're thinking of it in terms of the lifestyle instead of having a face first look at the kitchen table, then what else are you going to do? Like, what else is there going to, what else is going to happen? Find the women. So my message to the Passport Bros is this: if you want kids and you really are traditional like I am, go out and find women in this world who really want to get pregnant, and go to those countries and then integrate into her environment, integrate into her culture, her family, and go out and buy a house or build a house, whatever necessary to do. Get about eight bedrooms and go for it. And put kids in each one of those bedrooms. There, you've got it. But unless you do that, what you're most likely going to do is find someone who's going to hustle you, or someone who is educated but isn't prolific, and so she's gonna be like, okay, all your money can give me, like, it can afford 1 or 2 babies with me. That's it. You want a woman who's like, I like you, like for UIP. I like UIP. I think you're a great IP. I'm throwing away all protection, and I want 5 kids, and that's it. You don't get to go outside that often. You don't get to see sunlight that often. You just work, and you work at home, and then you work in the office. That's it. You're constantly working. That's your life.
So before you start reacting to clips, read some super chats. Great live stream so far, bro. Shout out to Mr. Loose MC for the $2 super chat. Went to check out Medellin last year. Albert, okay, brother. How was Medellin? Let me know, brother. Studying Python, is it too late for me to join? Yes, it is, brother. It is too late. Join it in June, July, the next batch of students later on this year. Shout out to Mr. Pooh in the building. What's up, Pooh? Hope you're doing well, brother. He says here, Korean women want a house before the marriage. Okay, that this is almost an impossible task for men to pull off alone. That's crazy. You know, why would you want that before marriage? The housing market here is horrible. LOL, ask Theo. What's your thoughts?
Yeah, the same thing with Ukrainian women. You got a lot of those issues as well, where they want the man to have the entire house paid off before they get married. Chinese women have the same expectation. Um, Absolutely ridiculous. This is not focusing on love and making children. This is
Mm,
status. So all you do is say, you got to look at her and say, like, for example, Jiyoung, you're wonderful. I love to make kids with you. But if you have these kind of values, remember, Maria in the Philippines does not. And she will, just based upon who I am, who I am, she will give me 2 or 3 kids before I even buy land. So your decision. What do you want, Jiyoung? You make your decision because I have an option.
absolute facts. Absolute facts. Shout out to Mr. Duck Dissident for the super chat. Passport bros should take notice where Crimson Capsule, South Korean and Japanese men are vetting
Mm-hmm.
for wives. Filipinas, Indonesians, Vietnamese, Thai, Cambodian, Ukrainian. Absolute facts. Great super chat. Great super chat.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to Mr. You want to say something?
No, but you see, when they marry Ukrainian and Russian, they usually don't make kids, or maybe
Mm.
at the most one. Yeah, that's an issue. So the other countries like Vietnam, they make mass kids. Cambodia, Laos, they make a lot of kids.
Fantastic, fantastic. Shout out to Mr. Kid Chameleon for the support. Feminism equals zombie bite, no cure. They turn, that's it. Facts, bro. Absolute
Yeah.
facts. Shout out to Mr. Yu-Gi-Oh! Master for the support. Team Asia all the way. Japan, Korea, awesome, bro. Awesome, awesome. So great stream so far. Let's react to some clips from this month. Sorry, this week. Um, Before I do so, right? I think it's again this stream tells the importance of getting your mind right, brothers. Get into IT, invest well. So you want to do a world tour, right? Feel right. Go to countries to find your wife. I think that's what past brothers should be doing, right? Feel right. Go to Indonesia, go to Japan, go to Africa. Seek where you want to go to travel a lot, and then find your woman you like the most. Me a chick, better, put babies with her, etc., etc. But we need to obviously build ourselves up. That's why Theo teaches IT. I teach Python. Now I'm pushing out crypto for you brothers. Isn't that right, Theo?
Yeah, I definitely agree with you. My view, guys, is, I mean, ultimately, if you're talking about getting a lot of passport bros, what is your value? So if you value children like IP and myself do, then you should be going to countries that also value children. Just go there. That's the easiest way
Mm,
of doing it. Again, my salary is over $500,000 a year. I don't care about it. It's just something I'm just good at doing. This is making money. I would rather have children. Literally, I would rather have 8 kids running around this house right now. I'd be thrilled to death. Really, I have my dogs. I buy a few more dogs. I'd have the dogs hunt my kids down every once in a while and eat them. That would be great. I'd have a wonderful time. I'd love to have like video game like competitions, art festivals inside my house. I'd be all down for it, right? I'd rather put the time into the family like that. Um, you just have to find a woman in another country who really shares that view with you. So if she's like more bougie and says like, these eggs require $1 million for fertilization, say, you know, I want to see 2, 3 kids. I can go to Czech Republic and get that. So I'm gone. I can go to Tanzania and get that. Think about the children. Don't think about the woman so much. think about the children.
Awesome, awesome. Pooh says in the chat, let me see. Korean men keep let's see. Korean men keep foreign age. Interesting. Okay, I never knew that, bro.
What
Interesting.
is
So they
that?
actually, do you mean like punching them, Pooh, and beating them up? Is that what you're referring
This
to, bro?
is, yeah, Pooh. I'd like to know more of what's going on there.
Yeah, that's wild. So let's react over to some clips from this week. Okay,
Okay.
present video file. Okay, let's go to here. Okay, so let's go to the first one, if you're right. Okay,
Hmm.
and there's a common trend where women, are they ask their audience how old do they think they are. Okay, and it's mostly white women doing this, and we know that white women don't age well. But I want to know your thoughts, Bob, as to why they age so quickly. Maybe is it feminism? Is it the because they hate men so much it wears on their health and their skin. Let's break it down, bro. Okay, because some chicks are going insane as to why they told they look older. Let's go, bro. So there's a few
Hmm.
clips at once. We're gonna react to it when we record the clips. Let's go for the first one, brother.
Sure.
This has to be a joke, right? Because there's no way I look like I'm around 50. Come on. That's the highest for sure that I've been guessed. I thought 46 was going to be the highest, but no. Now I got this one today. Okay, so I am going to reveal my real age, and I actually turned 38 in December. So, one thing that I have learned from doing this How Old Am I challenge is I'm going to be going and getting some Botox for my crow's feet. I'll be making that appointment next week. That's what I'll be doing with my tax return is Botox.
So that's the first one, definitely. Hold on, okay. Let's go on to another clip. Same theme, same topic. Coming from studio, present video file. Flip is that noise, and then this one over here, Theo. Okay.
48. I look 48. I'm gonna be honest, like I don't think I'm delusional about this, but I think there is no way I look 48. 48. I am 34.
What?
This is not what a 48-year-old looks like. And if it is, please someone correct me. Like maybe if you have tons and tons of money. I certainly won't look like this when I am 48 as a regular, normal person that's not a celebrity. 48. Look, I know I have under eye bags, and I know I have like lines around my mouth, but like 48? 48. And this is not the only person that said this. Some other people said this. Genuinely, I was expecting to get my real age.
So let me go first here, right? You know, modern Western women are freaking out that they look older than their age, brother. 10 years older, 15 years older. Why is that? Now, I feel myself as a brother, I get told that I look a lot younger than my age. Maybe because obviously I'm black, or I'm black people age well. But going towards the woman's side, brother, right? Um, to look 15 years older and 10 years older, right, is despicable. Okay. Maybe these modern Western women, right, got to stop hating men and having all these negative thoughts and thinking negatively, brother. Feminism, men are trash. I blame men for everything. This is what happens when you hate men. When you hate so much, it weighs down on your physical appearance. How are you 38 and you look like 50? This woman here, brother, right? She looks like she's 52, but she's 34. That's disgraceful, bro. Break it down for us, Theo. What's going on?
I don't know, because like I'm 50, so I was thinking like, yeah, I look younger than these people do. I think with that, a lot of people would think I'm younger. So, um, it's their diet, it's things like that. I mean, I gotta admit, like I learned a lot of techniques about how to look younger when I was in Japan, so I copied them pretty well. Um, no sugar, eat a lot of fish, vegetables. It really goes a long way. What can I say? Western women kind of have issues with aging. I'll just put it that way. Another reason for us to be passport bros. Latinas don't. Neither do Asians.
Facts, bro. Facts. West women, you see them at day McDonald's every day. They're eating, ice cream every day with cake and all that stuff. You look at their Instagram pictures, it's some sort of it's all sugar on the table. And then you look at her profile, is oh, men are trash, I hate men, blah blah blah. And you wonder why you're looking like, you're a grandma, but you're only 35. You wonder why,
Uh,
Theo.
I don't know if it's because of their beliefs. I just keep it a bucket and just say, look, I get better deal elsewhere. I'm educated black Western man. I can get a woman who looks a lot younger than you and keeps herself in a lot better shape than you in South America and Southeast Asia. Why should I even deal with you? There's like Indonesian women. Man, the Indonesian woman, she's 40 years old. She looks like she's 18. So, for heaven's sakes, I say passport bros, go with your options. Whatever these women think, they can discuss it together with their cats and dogs. It has nothing to do with us. We have better options abroad.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Right, let's react to the next clip over here. Move from studio. Let's react to this one over here, brother. Brother in Japan saying, some pretty interesting comments.
Come to Japan just to find a girl.
What's up?
No, I like what one person said. He said they need to stop hanging around Lord Palpatine. I'm sorry.
Oh, from
was
Star
funny.
Wars.
That was really funny. I'm sorry. Hold on, that was so funny. Okay, hold on. Okay, let me get. Okay, back composure. Okay, I'm ready.
Genki desu ka?
Genki da yo no tanoshikata. Okay.
Hey, you're a joker. All right, so
Yeah.
let's play.
All people from other countries, they come to Japan just to find a girl, right?
Yes.
Does that actually exist here in Japan?
It exists in the sense that Japanese people are more accepting of social rejects. I mean, if you're not a weirdo, if you're not a creep, and if you're, a decent guy, which means if you're a loser back home, you can come here and find someone who actually thinks you're cool. Doesn't mean that they all think you're cool. You're probably not going to be cool, but there will always be someone here for you. They might not be with you for the right reasons. You know what? You're British. I like Harry Potter.
Yeah.
Let's go out on a date. Whereas that's not really going to happen in the UK.
Interesting, Theo. Theo, what's your thoughts on this clip over here, bro?
Yeah, this is totally correct. Yeah. And it's also because a lot of Japanese people themselves are awkward. So they have no problem being awkward with you. And they don't have this idea of the way you're supposed to be so much like the Westerners do. They're in one way or another. I would say I'm going to comment more on Japan because I know them so much better. There's more like kind of like a hippie level with them than there is with Western people. So yeah, if you are kind of a nerd, go to Japan. You will definitely find a woman who is definitely into you, the nerd, like prolific with you. Go for it.
Now, but in terms of the label "loser back home," so essentially saying that if you're a loser back home, you go to Japan, you can get a chick, right? And obviously, people are calling passport bros losers, losers back home, which I disagree with. But would you feel like someone that is considered a loser in the West, right, can go to Japan and be a king there, bro? Is that a reputation that we want, or that or Japan wants in, even low value men? Do we want that kind of label, brother? Break it down for us.
It's been that way since the Dutch crash landed their boats on Japanese shores. I think, I don't know, 17th century. So, I mean, Westerners have always done well there. In the last 80 years, particularly like post World War II. I mean, British and American men have always done well. Even before the war, have done well in Japan. So, yeah, there's always going to be a Japanese woman who really wants to breed with you there. Way it is.
Awesome, bro. Awesome. But do you feel like they could have low standards then? Because brother, I'd say, brother, this weekend, I was on the bus, right, and I saw this gorgeous looking East Asian chick. She spoke. I could tell she was from a foreign country, right? And she was with a white guy, bro. And the white guy looked scrawny, bro. He looked low value. He looked dirty. And I'm thinking, how did he get her? How did he get her?
Because she valued his personality more than other points. And that's a good thing. They're probably going to make a family. And, and the other way too, she probably didn't have double D's, did she?
Nope.
All right. So he had other things that he valued with her as well. How many Southeast Asian women don't have straight legs? It's an issue. There's plenty of them, a large number of them who don't have straight legs. Also, if you looked at Japanese women, they have got crooked teeth, right? Did it ever stop any of us? Nope. Western men go straight for that. No questions asked. So, a Western woman might turn around and say, that's a low value woman. And we would say, who you call it low value? If you want to look at a low value woman, this Western woman, you want to see a low value woman, go look in the mirror. I've got this woman who has the values that I want. I don't care about her legs and her teeth. And that's the way it is. So who cares if this guy is scrawny looking? He gives her the relationship that she wants.
That's fine for you, right? I just don't see East Asian women with scrawny looking black men. I don't see East Asian women with, black men that the average black woman don't want, right?
What?
I always see East Asian women, brother, with, white dudes that white women don't want. But I don't see it, but particularly in the West, right? I don't see average black dudes with dime East Asian women in the UK, brother. I don't know in America, brother. And that's what makes me angry for you, right? Break it down for me. What's your thoughts?
Well, in the West, of course, Asian women aren't going to date black men like that. This is not going to happen. But if you go in Asia, there's plenty of Asian women dating scrawny looking black men. There's zillions of them. So those guys are doing very well. This guy with his haircut, he's only single if he wants to be single. He could easily have a rotation of 5 women in Japan. No problems, no questions asked. So, this guy would be super popular right there. Let's say he's like, I don't think he's 6 feet tall, but it wouldn't matter. They wouldn't care. He'd have a lineup of women wanting to date him. So, you're a scrawny guy, scrawny black man in Asia, you're going to reproduce. So, get your passport, guys. Go over there.
Get your passport, man. Get your passport, brothers. Awesome. Great reaction there. All right, next one to react to. Present video file. Let's react to, is this the, let me see, hold on, bro. Is this the, yeah, this one's very funny.
Feel like as a single woman dating in general that it's not too much to ask if you like dogs and are not particularly religious. You maybe lean a certain way politically, but don't talk about it every fucking day. Don't have a history of addiction, like your family and get along with them, and don't have insane traumatic mommy issues. Have a job that you do enjoy and financially stable, and then haven't cheated on any of your exes. I just feel like that's pretty basic, but I don't know, I guess not, because I have yet to meet somebody who passes all 7 requirements. That's all.
Let me go ahead first, right? Brother, I can see why brothers ain't into American women like that, right? I met an American woman, right, 2 weeks ago, and she was exactly like this chick. Obnoxious, arrogant, babbling, giving, weird faces, arrogant. And it's something that I've noticed. I'm not saying all American women are like that, but I've noticed that amongst a lot of American chicks that I've met in the UK. Now let's speak about what this woman's talking about, right? She doesn't want a religious man. Red flag, red flag. Why not? We know that religious men have values, conservative values, right? Don't act like a 3 or 4. Don't dress like a 3 or 4. Don't embarrass me. Or all that liberal stuff isn't flying in our household. She don't want that, bro. She wants to control the man. She wants to be a boss, independent chick. You just know the kind of woman this woman is, right? Her requirements are just, again, typical American stuff. Bad mommy issues, blah, blah, blah. Don't tell me you're conservative. Shut up. Shut your mouth. If I want to be a conservative, that's every right for me to be a conservative. And I will state that I'm a conservative. I'm a proud conservative, right? Woman. So you better accept that, or you can keep it moving. Break it down for us, Theo.
I just keep it a little bit easier. This woman has no instinct or desire to reproduce, and therefore should be ignored. That's it. Everything else she says could be changed in a second, depending upon how she sees a guy and how many drinks she has. So there's nothing on which you can build with this woman as far as I'm concerned. Go get somebody else. So if I were seeing her and then I saw, the Korean church girl, I'd be talking to the Korean church girl.
Facts, bro. Facts. But why is the average American woman like this, brother, in 2024? The attitude, the demeanor, the arrogance, the way she's speaking, sipping her wine. What's with that about, bro? What's this?
I won't say if the average American woman is like this, but I will say, dang, I've seen a lot of them like this. Now, if you go to Japan, Korea, Ukraine, Brazil, Colombia, Western women don't act like this because they know nobody's listening to them. So this behavior is gone. So she's only acting this way because she has so much attention. That's it. No one pays attention to her. There is no way she's making a TikTok or any kind of video like this. She understands her situation in a much more serious manner. So I'll just say, I know a lot of Western women like this, and I wish them luck in figuring out what they're going to do with their lives. I have to go save the passport bros. So my point is to get you guys $100,000 a year, get you to another country, to a woman who does not act like this. And it's like, hey, I like your personality. I like your family values. Put a ring on this and put a kid in me. Let's go for it. That's what you want.
Absolute facts. Absolute facts. Right, let's remove this from studio. Right to the next video. I've got a super chat here. Shout out to Mr. Nosy McBook for the $5 Canadian super chat. If you want to date an Asian woman from the comfort of your home, play a game called Love Is All Around. Available on PC. The Chicken for Brothers. Huh? What is it? Let me search up. Love Is All Around. Love is all.
Bro, Noisy MacBook. Just go to Asia and go outside, walk down the street. What are you talking about, bro? Just walk down the street. Play a game? Stop it. Just go walk down the street. I can't believe I'm even reading this.
So say if you're dating an Asian chick, right, and she's in your house, play this game called Love Is All Around, she'll fall for you. He says they're checking for brothers. He's in Canada, right? So I'm assuming that in Canada he gets love from Asian chicks. I don't know, but
just get on the airplane and go. I mean, if he looks anything like his avatar there, you just go to Asia, just get out of the airport and just start walking. He'd have a decent chance of getting a woman. It's not that hard. He's got a heartbeat. It should be pretty easy for him.
Look at the emoji.
Just go outside. I know. I see the emoji. I don't care. Just go outside and do something. I can't believe it. I mean, why would you even think about playing a video game? They got all these Japanese and Korean men playing video games. Just walk down the street and say hi. Okay, konnichiwa, annyeonghaseyo. That's all you got to do. Not that hard, especially in Japan. So easy. Anyway.
Next super chat. Shout out to Nathan Sane for the $20 super chat. Appreciate you, bro. My two instructors, you would think that I would get tired of hearing your voices. Thank you for everything. Yo, salute to Nathan, bro. Appreciate you, brother, for the kind words, bro. Salute, man. Thank you, bro. Appreciate you, bro.
Yeah, thank you very much. Well, Remo hasn't sent a super chat lately. I think he forgot about us. He used to send a £5 super chat every once in a while. Now we got no love for him. No Shakespeare rhymes. Nothing else.
He's busy partying, bro. Obviously, he did well in his education. Happy for him. He's probably with a chick right now in a different country.
Yeah.
So
that's yeah. Okay.
Let's give him some slack there, bro. So, brother, passport sis. Let's check out.
I don't even want to get rich to even be rich and live luxurious. I literally want to get rich so I can get the fuck out this country. I cannot stand it here anymore. Everything about this country makes my fucking stomach bubble the fuck up. Especially the fucking economy. I'm sick of it for everybody, but I'm really sick of it for myself too. Cause like I'm just sick of everything just not being fucking affordable. I'm sick of this fucking rat race shit. Like, I don't even give a fuck about the American dream. Fuck American dream. I don't want no fucking... Like, I would like it, yeah, but honestly, it don't even sound that appealing when you think about it, because it's like, damn, you could buy a big-ass house, and it's like, it's still not even yours. The fucking... whoever the fuck can take it back if you don't pay your property taxes, and you still gotta do this and do... Like, it's just like, is anything ever fucking really what it is? Like, do we just keep fucking working for shit and it's just, you just never get there? Like, I'm confused. Like, even when you talk to people that's fucking doctors and lawyers and shit, they're fucking stressed out and fucking financially not in a good fucking place either, and it makes no sense to me. like, what the fuck are we doing? Like, honestly, all this shit is a fucking lie. And that's the reason I really want to move the fuck out of this country. I want to live abroad because I'm tired of idealizing my life based off American standards. I want to go to another country where they're not worried about who got the flyest shoes, who got the nicest car, who got the biggest house. And I don't give a fuck about none of that. I want to live in a fucking jungle. I want to wake up and eat my fruit and pet my pet monkey every day. And not have to sit here and stress about fucking dumb shit like fucking bills and fucking gas and budgeting out no, it's fucking annoying now. It's literally fucking annoying. Like, I fucking cannot stand it here. I cannot wait. I can't wait till I can stitch this video and I'm living abroad in another fucking country. Can't wait.
Go on there, Theo. You go first. What's your thoughts?
Well, I mean, she's talking so remote. Why doesn't she go to Afghanistan? Might as well. I mean, it's not practical to think that she's going to live that way. You're still a Westerner. You still expect a certain degree of living. So, I mean, sure, go to another country, but be realistic with what kind of life you're going to have there. That's all I would say to her, is just be realistic. Think about what it's going to be and how it's going to go down for you there. That's all. Go to Japan. She'll love
it. Economy aside, right? Okay. She says America is ruined, is awful. Let's remove the money part, brother, right? And let's talk about the social aspects of America right now in 2024. Socially, America is bottom 5 in the world right now. Too much liberalism, too much woke stuff, too much nonsense in general, brother. And I'll keep it a stack, brother, right? Women like her are the reason why America is this way. Guarantee you, Theo, she's a raging liberal. Okay, she's probably a feminist too. Feminism, the rainbow stuff, the woke stuff has ruined America big time, bro. Let's keep it stacked, big time. So she wants to go to a different country. Brother, no, I want her to stay in America, bro. Right? I don't want this chick, right, to spread her poisonous ideas to other women in a foreign country. Stay in America. Stay. America is your home. Stay there. Okay? Don't travel. Don't get a passport. I need you to stay in America. Because these women, right, these American chicks, these Western chicks that whine about America, shut the hell up. Shut up. You women, right, in America have ruined it. You've ruined it. You drank the Kool-Aid, and now it's not working for you anymore. No, guess what? You're going to stay there in America. You're going to work there. You're going to retire there too. You ain't traveling to to Japan, like Theo says. Stay in America. America is bad socially, brother, because of the liberalism that women have pushed out in America, bro.
So
forget about the money part. Sorry, brother. Forget about the money part. More about the social part. America is that way right now in 2024. Go on, Theo.
So she goes to another country, even if she's a raging liberal, she won't be able to spread her ideas that much because most of the people there are working. They're not going to have the real linguistic capability of understanding her ideas. And they're going to have the values of children. So feminism, as far as I'm concerned, is pretty much anti-child. So, yeah, what's she going to do there? I would say, again, go out and see the world and see what happens. See how it turns out for you. Maybe make some TikToks. I won't be listening to it unless I guess it's on one of these commentaries or maybe another analyst in the manosphere about these kind of women passport sisters who go out there. I just tell her, do you? That's it. Yeah,
Facts.
that's about all.
Stay in America, passport sis. So, bro, okay. Now we have another clip right that I want to share. Okay, it's a brother in Thailand, bro, with a cute Thai chick. I'm like, whoa. Okay, I came across this clip. Let me present video file. Okay, look at this, bro. So, brother, it's 3 videos, but it's all in one. So we're gonna comment on it in full. So the first one here is, I think it's this one.
You have a husband. Well, that husband gonna have to take a break for this weekend because you're definitely about to be mine. Well, damn, if it's gonna be like that, my kept home, Mike. No. I mean, let's go. All right, so let's get to the exploring. Let's see what this place has to offer. Let's have some fun.
Let's go. Let's have some fun.
Chai. Kun Rusuk Sudyot Mai?
Rusuk Sudyot.
Oh, Rusuk Sudyot. Chai.
Kun lah Rusuk Sudyotไหม
Pom Rusuk Sudyot.
ทำไม
Mาก. Sorry, ma.
หล่อมาก I just keep posing.
Yeah, you're fine. Yeah, Rusuk Mак.
รู้สึกมีความสุขที่สุด
Oh, Tisud.
Got a new husband today.
Oh, hey. Makapon. Take you guys a little bit closer to the water out here.
Damn. Oh my goodness. Yo, her body's banging. Oh my goodness. Hold on, bro. We got 2 more clips to see with these people. Flipping heck. Oh, I got to start traveling again. Look at her body. Her body like the wild, wild west. Oh, bro. Hold on. Okay, next one here. Flipping heck, man. Damn.
Oh, yeah. Oh, and look, hey, doesn't that look beautiful?
Oh.
Look at that, guys.
Wow.
So, guys.
All right, one more, yeah? One more, same couple. Her body like the wild, wild west. What if you don't die, yeah? Riding in the side, God bless. All right, let me show you.
That's okay.
It's okay. We'll see. She's a vet in Thailandism, so of course she's gonna see this. Say, it's okay. I mean, she's seen better beaches than this. She hasn't been to them all, but she has, seen better beaches than this. But this is my first time in a beach in Thailand, so I like it. Is it the cleanest? No, I'm not gonna say it's the cleanest, but I'll say this too. It's not as dirty as what I heard it was, at least on this part of the beach. So, maybe Maybe they're talking about one of the places over there or over there in the distance, but right here, this part isn't really dirty like that. So I can only imagine what some of these other nearby beaches are looking like. So yeah, I'm gonna just chill, relax a little bit. What did you say?
Wow, let me go here first, right? Brother, when you see this, right, there's no way, right, that you must get your passport, right? There's no way why you shouldn't get your passport, right? When you see that. Throughout this video clip, brothers, look at her hugging him, kissing him a lot, right? You can tell that she loves him more than he loves her, okay? She's into him more than he's into her, all right? And that's what we want from foreign chicks. And you will get that from a foreign woman, right? She looks good. Her body is on point. You can tell she's cooperative, feminine, submissive. She loves her man. Oh my goodness, Theo, bruv. Look at that. This is what you get when you get your passport, man. The brother's enjoying. He's got a good looking chick. He's on the beach. She's kissing on him. Oh man, this is just flipping heck, bruv. I got to travel tomorrow, man. I need this feel, bruv. ASAP. I think I need this, bruv. Break it down for us, Phil.
So, okay. First off, again, if a woman says she's married in another country, please do not try to date her.
No, I think it's a joke for you. It's a joke.
If it's a joke, okay. But if she look, make sure that she's not married. We don't need international problems, especially of us as black men doing these kinds of activities. Okay. Anyway, when I was dating a Thai girl, this is how she acted with me. This I remember this. I remember how she was touchy-feely, kissing me all over the place. Okay, that's a skit. Okay, fine, that's good. I remember, again, I still can't say on Patreon what I did with Thai women. It's just too raw. Yeah, Thailand's like the only country that I'm scared of going back to because I don't know what I'm gonna do if I go back. If I dated a woman, like the woman I dated was about the same height as her, but she was a lot darker. And but she had about the same kind of body. And I went cuckoo. I'm just saying, this is how they are. They're wonderful. Make a family with them, you know. Don't do what I did. Well, I was off when I was there. Okay, I guess so. But don't try to make sure you have a good mentality. Get your body right. That's for sure. You don't have to be as decked out as this guy. But if you're under 20% body fat, I think you'd be fine. And you're just lifting, yeah, they're going to be into you a lot, or she's going to want you to be into her a lot. So enjoy yourself,
brother. With her body like that, she's right in front of me. Oh my goodness, bruv. You're gonna hear her voice, right, 5 miles away, keeping it PG. Oh my goodness, this is just insane. Kissing on him, hugging him. She got a body like that. A body like that, you're gonna be getting down all day, every day. I'll keep it a stack. I will keep it a stack. You probably want her, listen, babe, don't wear any clothes for the next week. Walk around the house naked. That'd be great for us.
But see, this is think about what we talked about tonight about how much money it takes to reproduce in the West. So why would you spend so much time, like say in Japan or South Korea or other countries in the West, when you could be in Thailand and be with a woman like this, who obviously would be thrilled to be pregnant with your child? She would be a full participant. She's like, you want to get me pregnant? Why are you talking? Like, what's going on? Why haven't you just started? I mean, I'll keep it PG. Again, I can't keep it PG with my Filipina. But my Filipina, remember, she told me straight out, stop asking. Go for it. And that was it. That was from then on. So, again, why would... she never said like I need a new iPhone or I need this or that. It was more like I hope I'm pregnant. That was her main comment to me. I hope I'm pregnant right now. Let's try it again. That's how that went down. So why would you? I mean, why would you be thinking about having to spend so much money to make a child when you could have this kind of woman eager to make a child with you right now?
Wow. Get your passport, brothers, man. This is what's waiting for you when you go abroad, get into IT, you know, get your certs right, get your passport. This is what's waiting for you, brothers. Flipping heck. I think I slept on Thailand for a bit. I think I slept on it heavy. If there's women like that out there in Thailand, it might go on the list, but I'll keep it a stack.
No, there's
That body,
even
that-
better women than her. I would say she's average.
What?
No, she's a 5.
What?
Yeah, there's women by far better than her in Thailand. Yeah.
A 5?
That's a 5.
Okay.
That's a Thai 5.
Oh,
There's plenty of women who look better than her. Straight out. I would say Aussie, she's not a 5 because you haven't been to Thailand. If you bring her to the West, she'd be a much higher number. You go to Thailand, you're going to see a lot of women who look just like her. So it wouldn't be anything special. She would just be a normal Thai girl.
wow. Awesome. Right, let's react to the next clip. I've got 2 or 3 more. Open the phone lines, wrap it up. Remove from studio. Okay, so present video file. So let's react to this one here.
Hold on,
Mr.
I gotta make a
Theo.
comment real quick.
Yeah.
Thai women do not do personality disorders or con games. That's what we call a Western woman. Thai women are very much like you see right there in that video. Straight shooters. They know what they want. They're very happy with you. I never had a problem with a Thai woman, straight out, with any kind of like manipulation or anything like that. 0. They were perfect. Yeah, they were great.
Awesome, bro. Right, so let's react to this one over here. Okay.
For women who don't get lip injections. Men actually prefer women who don't get lip injections.
I'm sure men did say this, just like they say they prefer no makeup, no Botox, no cosmetic surgeries, but who they follow on Instagram tells a very different story. Men have routinely and ironically always gone for the higher maintenance woman, even though they always say they prefer low maintenance and natural women. Natural to men usually means as beautiful as possible without being botched. So feel free to wear your makeup and get your lip filler, ladies.
What's your thoughts on this clip, Theo, right?
Another Western woman who doesn't understand what men want. Totally stupid. This woman will be surprised to see men like us with that previous Thai girl. All natural, no filler, no makeup, nothing. She's gonna be like, what the heck just happened? What, instead of looking at Instagram, these Western women need to go look at the women who are wives and see how they look and look like them. The women who are wives don't have all the hair, they don't have all the cosmetics, they don't have like all the Botox, stuff like that. What we like on Instagram and like media, we know is different from reality. We separate the two of them. And we know we're not going to get like that Instagram girl because she's probably she has Photoshop. She has some sort of procedure done on her. And now, 50% of them are AI anyway? So we know that's a fantasy. So you want to go look like her? Are you serious? Like on Instagram? What are you, man? It's never been so easy for Western women to buy a dog and die alone. That's all I can say.
Facts, Theo. Facts. I know for a fact that I don't want no build a body chick, right? You know, with her fake lips looking like a duck.
Yeah.
When you come to the UK, right? There's a lot of chicks, right, that do Botox in the UK. and they got some big lips, bro, and it's all coming out like a duck. I'm thinking it's got to be a mental illness feel, right, for a woman to walk out the house every day and think like that's okay to be looking like that, bruv, looking like a duck. Then you have, you know, the BBLs, the fake chest, you know, all fake everything, and they look like monsters, Theo, absolute monsters. So, you know, again, like you said, Theo, these chicks don't know what men want. Men want submissive chicks, feminine chicks, natural chicks. Don't annoy us, right? And just be supportive, and that's it.
The thing that gets me about Western women, I mean, I don't know, this could be probably surprising to you, how easily they can get smashed without saying the words "I love you." They can go months in a relationship without saying "I love you." I'm looking like, what's wrong with you? You can't say "I love you"? Are you serious? But when I was dating Thai, Filipina, Colombian, Brazilian, I get "I love you" all the time. It's a normal thing. Ukrainian, same thing. So Western women, really? You think more about Botox than the words "I love you"? Are you serious? Oh, we're done. Man, it's not me. It's you.
Hey, Theo, you bring up a good point now. But I used to date Western woman, right, many years ago, some years ago. I don't think I ever heard the word "I love you" from a Western chick, brother. Did you hear that, brother,
Yeah.
from Western chick?
It's like it doesn't come out from their mouths. You could do anything else with them. I mean, you could all kinds of like, I don't know, debauchery and whatever you want to do, perversion you want to do with her. She's down with it, but she can't look you in the eye and say, "I love you."
That's awful. That tells you the mindset of Western chicks today. We're calling all men to avoid them, right? The only time I speak to a Western chick is at work and customer service, and I'm being serious, brothers. If it's not work, if it's not customer service, don't speak to me, and I won't interact with her. I'm a lone wolf in the UK. I don't want to deal with any Western chicks, right? If I don't have to deal with her, I won't deal with her.
You know what the funny thing is about this? Let me make a comment. If we say this, I'm sure like many of these Western women would come back and say, well, it's because of men that we don't say "I love you." So then we just bring home like a Thai girl or Filipina, Tanzanian, something like that. And that woman is totally natural, plain looking. She still looks beautiful, but straight, no enhancements. And she says, "I love you" all the time. So what are you going to say then, Western woman? I got the woman. I was right there. I had a Japanese wife. She had foundation. I remember her foundation, but she was pretty good on foundation. The rest of it, nah, man, there was nothing there. She colored her hair brown because she liked it brown, but it was a very dark brown. So it's hard to tell that she actually had a color in her hair. That was it. Everything else in her was 100% natural. Like, it's straight up. I mean, her lipstick was nothing like this. It was barely anything there, right? She said "I love you" all the time to me. I got to hear that 2-3 times a day, and she said to me in Japanese, "Aishiteru, aishiteru." She just texted to me. And her, guess what I say? Her teeth. She had a tooth that was weird. Her legs weren't straight. I didn't care. I was totally in love with her. So why would I marry this? This misallocation of a Barbie doll? I'm not going to do that.
So, okay, thank you for that breakdown. Let's react to the last two clips and open up the phone lines. Remove from studio. Okay, shout out to Mr. Nosy McBook for the $2 super chat. Play his video. Thai girl shows me a city. Okay, whose video, bro? I'm not too sure what you're referring to, brother.
I don't know.
I don't know what that is. Do you mean the
guy
game?
is focusing on a video game. No, go to the beach, bro. See that beach in Thailand? Go there. That's it. He needs to get out of the country. I'm scared. I'm gonna be in Thailand in June. I'm scared I may never leave.
Awesome. So listen to this clip over here.
Have to make per year to go out with you?
I would say definitely over 500,000. So like
US?
a million. Yes. But $1 million would be very nice scaling. Yeah.
$1 million a year. So that's about, I think, $80,000 a month.
Yeah.
Okay.
It depends. Anything is possible. Like, yeah.
But is it probable? Possible is one thing, but is it
depends.
probable? It's possible they might get struck by lightning too. But is it probable? The question.
Probable? Yeah. Anything is probable. Yeah.
Oh, scunt boy. This one lost. Oh
Do you,
my God.
do you not understand the difference between possible and probable?
Not really. I'm kind of delulu.
So possible.
Delulu, she said it.
Yeah. The possible is it can happen. Probable is it probably will happen. The probability of something occurring. So.
Yes.
Is it possible that you could find a guy that makes that kind of money, right?
Yeah.
That will only be with you? Yeah. But is it likely? No.
Oh boy, where do I even begin here? Wow, low IQism. I'm observing over here. She wants a guy that earns 500K a year. The average guy doesn't come near $500,000 a year. In the US and in the UK, that is CEO level money or above. And the average guy is not a CEO. Only a few people get to that spot. Number
She
two,
wants my level money.
break it down for us, Theo.
Yeah, she wants my level money. She wants a guy making the most that I've ever made. 4 months in a row, I made over $90,000 a month. All right? Huh? Yeah. I make over $500,000 a year right now. I would not date this. I wouldn't even look at this. I wouldn't even fantasize about that. I want that Thai 5 that I saw on the beach. That's what I want, right there. I'll go to her sister. Oh, there's other women like that in the streets. Go for them. That's what I want. I don't want this.
Flipping heck, bro. So she wants a high value man like Theo, right? Ain't that much money. And she also doesn't know the difference between possible and probable. I mean, that just shows you that, there's just something not right clicking in the West, right? And I think it starts to feel like it's been done on purpose. It's a dumbing down of society in the West. How can you demand a guy that earns that much money? You don't know the difference between probable and possible. That tells it all. That just tells it all as to just how horrible this thing. Speechless.
Yeah. No, you should be. I mean, I totally feel you. I understand it. And again, Kevin Samuels was great with breaking down these kinds of chicks. This woman doesn't have any idea that the kind of guy she wants does not want her. He has options. And if he's traditionally minded like I am, he's going to go for that Thai 5 or the Brazilian 5 or the Colombiana 5. That's what he's going to go for because that woman is like an 8 in the West or a 9. So he gets this woman who can't believe she got him, low maintenance, high throughput of children, will gladly make kids, enthusiastically make children with him, and be a full partner and lover in his life. Of course he's going to go for that. This woman right here, we see here on the screen, that's a walking bill. All she is money. Money to pay for that kind of lifestyle. No children. It'd be hard. I mean, just get one kid inside of her. No, it's almost be impossible to do it, right? So why? Bang for buck. Why would give me the Thai 5? Done.
Absolute facts, man. Get your passport, brothers, man. I'm sure y'all don't want to be dealing with low IQ women like this for a fact. No intelligence, high maintenance. It's not worth it. Get your passport. And a lot of women are like her in America and in the West, and it is what it is. Get your passport to remediate that issue. So last clip to react to. Okay. Present.
Imagine think about that Thai 5 making dinner for you. I know. I love
brother,
Thai food.
With no clothes on as well. Oh my
no, I put the clothes on her. I have no problems. I have to be sedated eventually, right? So put the clothes on her. Man. I want the dinner out there. I want to see what she's gonna do. I want to have a good conversation. But she is that a Thai 5 would be. She has so much more to offer. And if she could like cook, and I can see how her family is cooking, I can go to her family members and go to their houses and actually eat there as well. I wouldn't even care. This would be the only time that I would actually use power in a foreign country. I would hire a maid. And I would just say to her, look, honey, I just cook and make babies and talk to me all the time. That's all I care about. That's it. Let's go into the sunset and make a family and let's call it life. Let's do it. That's it. That's it. It'd be done. That's it. That'd be good. I'd have a maid. She would never have to clean the house. And we'd be having a great time. I think that's a great thing. The woman you just showed, I wouldn't be talking to her. No, get out of here.
Facts. So let me share my screen over here to the last video of today.
To anybody on this planet that women are not wanting. It should come as literally no surprise to anybody on this planet that women are not wanting to have children anymore, considering the fact that the main reason for divorces nowadays is lack of commitment. And women are usually the ones who initiate divorces, right? Men will sit there and try to say that, oh, women are always the one who leave relationships. You guys are the one divorcing us. You gotta be so for real right now. How many times did your wife tell you, I need you to do this, I need you to do that, stop doing this, stop cheating on me, take care of our kids, help me with the groceries, help me with cleaning the house. And then you expect her to not only take care of the house, take care of the kids, take care of you, but then go and work 9 to 5 and go 50-50 with you? Are you out of your freaking mind? No kidding, women don't want to have children anymore. No kidding, women are divorcing men because why would I want to deal with the stress of you doing F shit behind my back? Me taking care of these kids that I birthed, literally ruined my body for you, that you don't even take care of. Why would I want to do that? When I can just go be alone, stress-free. No kidding. No kidding. But men will always sit here and try to blame the demise of society on us when they're literally the ones that built society.
Theo, what's your thoughts on this feminist babble by this chick over here, brother? Break it down for us.
I say, passport bros, you should do her a favor by totally ignoring her existence. Going to another country and go date a Thai 5, a Filipina 5, a Tanzanian 5, a Brazilian 5, or a Colombiana 5. And make a lot of children with her and be happy. And allow this Western woman to be safe in her house with her cats, very far away from you. Do that, and I think it's win-win for everybody. You get a family, and she gets to die alone in the West. Good one.
Great breakdown there, bro. Imagine being married to that. Whining, complaints. Foreign women don't do it. And I'm not saying foreign women are perfect, right? But the average foreign chick isn't gonna pile problems upon problems at you. Blame men at the same time for you not having children. Blame society, cooking. Madness, man. Like these Western chicks are just. I don't know what to say anymore, bruv.
I don't know. I'm done. I've heard this kind of crap so many times from Western women. And I sit there and look at her. I'm like, I have no desire. I have no desire to cheat. I help out around the house. Basically, the simps do not do anything that you want, that you're saying, and yet you're going after the playboys. It's these guys that you're going for, Chad and Tyrone. And then you only want us to be the good guys after you carry a seed and are impregnated by him, then you don't give us any kids. Whereas we can just, us passport bros, these who are supposedly good guys, we can just go to another country and give this foreign woman everything we're going to give you and actually make a wonderful family abroad. We can give everything to that Thai 5. And we will be happy. And Western woman, you will be happy alone. It's fine. You can get, rocked out by Chad and Tyrone every once in a while. You can rent them out. Go ahead. Go for it. We don't care. We got a Thai 5. We're happy. We're done. So guys, go get a Thai 5. Go enjoy yourself.
Facts. So that is the last video clip of today. Great reactions there, Mr. Theo Waff. Let's open up the phone lines for
You're really
brother.
getting me want to go back to Thailand. I was on Zoom to Thailand on Saturday night, and now they were really getting me to want to go back to Thailand too. So yeah, I'm gonna do some more elliptical, lose the weight, get my muscles up again. Oh boy.
Seeing that chick, bro, oh my goodness.
I know.
I can see why,
That's my first Thai girlfriend was like that. She was just darker. And she had longer hair. She was about 5'5", maybe 5'6" at most. She was tall for a Thai girl. And my goodness, when she was wonderful. The way she was so affectionate to me. The way she held me, like she hugged me, the way she kissed me all the time. Oh, it was wonderful. Especially after I lost my Japanese wife. And yeah, I went crazy. That's all I can say. I went cuckoo. And I never experienced like that before.
Do half Thai, half Japanese chicks exist, brother?
I don't care. I just go for the straight McCoy Thai. I don't have time. Okay, you got all those Thai 5s running around, right? I'm not looking for a boutique item. I'm pretty good with a Thai 5. Like you have like the husband store and the wife store, right? So for Thailand, like the first floor of the wife store, I'm good. I don't need to go to the second or third floor. I just stay right on the first floor. I'm like, yep, I'm happy right here. So you got Thai woman who can cook, loves black men, and smiles a lot. Where do I sign? Okay, she doesn't need English. She speaks in Japanese. Good. She speaks in Japanese. We can talk to each other. That's fine. She's about 5'2", 5'3". Good. Go for it. I sign right here. Thank you. Okay. Make a family.
Thanks.
I told you that story, didn't I? So are you ready for people to come in?
We got someone, but go on.
Okay. I mean, so I had forgotten what I had on my hard drives in Japan. So I did a data recovery, and I found my last Ubuntu computer, the hard drive. I went through there, and I had these notes and these photos of these beautiful Thai women. And that's when I noticed, I was like, oh yeah, you don't really want to have Ukrainian, Theo. Inside of you, you want Thai. That's who you are. And I saw these dark Thai chicks, and I was like, oh yeah, that's what I want. Yeah, essentially. So it's like, what are you doing with Ukraine? Yeah, that's when I went crazy. You're having a disconnect in your head between what you're doing, what the women you're pursuing, and what you really want. Okay, let's think about this real quick. Anyway,
so I got a caller, Mr. Ikele. Can you turn your camera on in the background? So I know you're not a troll, please. And turn it off after. 5s, can you turn your camera on in the background? You're confirmed. Turn your camera off. Thank you, 5. So let me bring in 5 first. Camera off. Turn your camera off, 5. That's cool. Ikele, turn your camera on in the background so I know you're a human being, so I can see your face. If you don't do that, I'm not bringing you in. Yep, you're confirmed. Thank you, Ikele. Thank you, brother. You're confirmed. Turn your camera off. Let me bring in Mr. 5s first, though. What's going on, 5s?
What up? How y'all doing?
Good. Having a good stream. This is actually kind of fun.
So,
okay, bro.
Oh, sorry. What'd you say, IP?
No, so I was only there. Fire away, brother. Fire away. Go on, bro.
Okay. All right. So there was a stream a few days ago about Jasmine Coin, and I had brought up the Japanese economy and how it's currently reportedly in a recession right now, and how they're trying to find ways to stimulate the economy, how they're trying to promote growth, things like that. And
Sorry, bro. Does it
right.
tie with the stream topic?
No,
About
no, no, no,
population?
no, no, no. It relates. It relates.
Okay,
This
fire on.
is this is like just more proof of that is where I was getting at.
Carry on. Go on, bro.
Yeah. Because like healthy and thriving economies don't have population issues, right? They don't have problems producing children. You know, the 2.1 replacement ratio is the threshold, and they're way below that right now. It's ironic because I have a friend. We're just gonna give him the nickname Twilight. He lives in Japan now, and he is a teacher of English to Japanese kids. And I told him, I was like, yeah, I'm not going to be in America for much longer, maybe a year, maybe 2 years, but I don't necessarily know. Like, I basically told him about a hesitant trigger finger on going to Japan. And this dude has been spamming me job applications to go to Japan for the last week. And I can't get him to stop. Like, he basically was like, dude, I've met you. You're at Evo. You're cool. Please come over here, bro. Because, like, the moment you do, it's just going to be like a free for all for you. Like, whatever bad luck you had, like, and that's the thing that I've been trying to get to across to other people too is like, I've never had success in dating at all in the West. And I'm like, but if you were to give me if you were to give me a Japan 5 or a Japan adjustable 6, I can make that work till the pearly gates. Like, I don't have an issue with that. So like like everything basically is leading to just us migrating over there and us trying to make it to where we have a bunch of like just like it'll be less homogenous as we go on because like I said this morning to my brother, the West is just a broke boy with a Gucci belt on.
Okay, great stuff there, bro. What's your thoughts on this comment, Theo?
I agree with you. I definitely agree with you. I agree with what you're saying, and that's a great comment. And I would definitely tell men to go to Japan as well. I have no problems with that. I just go there. My issue that I would say in the end is I always say Thailand is Japan on crack, and I think I'm maybe I'm irrationally pro Thailand right now, but I know it's just a part of my soul. I have no idea why, just to such a high degree. I would much rather do Thailand, but you can't get jobs there in Thailand. You have to be a passport bro to do Thailand effectively. So if you need the money, if you need a job, go to Japan, and you can definitely work. You can sustain yourself, and you can have a decent life, and you can date amazing Japanese women. Again, I would go in Osaka. I would date women from the Kinki area. It's actual area, and then in Tokyo, I would date women from Yokohama, Kanagawa, 100%. I'd date Japanese Brazilians and Japanese women from Hyogo. Not Hyogo, from Kanagawa. And there are some amazing women there. And you get the country chicks, particularly with the ones in Yokohama, and they're like ride or die, go out, and they just want to have a great time with their husbands. Look, you can have an amazing time, an amazing life there, and do something legendary, write a book, be happy. So guys, I definitely recommend it. What was said there was entirely correct. Guys, I say go for it.
Awesome. Thanks for that, Fives. Mr. Ikele, can you turn your camera off in the background? Or you can leave on if you want to. Give me a thumbs up. Thank you, brother. Remember Mr. Ikele in the background. What's going on, Mr. Ikele?
What's going on, man?
Am I pronouncing your name right? Ikele?
You know, I have like multiple YouTube channels. This wasn't even the one I was supposed to jump on. Like I watch you from like a whole nother channel. But yeah, you could just say shit. Call me Ikale.
I
Fuck
call
it.
you E. Okay. All right, brother. Voice phone, brother, please. But I call you E. Okay.
Oh, E.
Fire away, brother. Okay. Well, what's your question, brother? For me and Theo.
So, um, guy in the rogue shirt. I forget his name.
Theo.
Theo, nice to meet you, man. I hear you speaking. You always speak diligently, man. I appreciate very that kind of perspective, man. It's real. I was just. You said go ahead.
No, I think I always I forget for a while and I just talk off the top of my head. I think it's probably the most authentic statements that I ever have. So,
Yeah,
go right ahead.
They're hard hitting for sure. But I was just curious, like, I kind of missed yesterday's show, and I was just, it's kind of similar, but like, is it really all Southeast Asia? Is Jakarta? I was curious about that. Like, I heard you guys speak about it.
Come on, brothers, keep on topic, please, brother. Okay, so last topic, Mr. E, in regards to Japan's population. How do you feel about that? Do you agree? Do you disagree? Nothing else, but keep on topic, please.
Okay, yeah, my fault. I forgot about the narrative, but yeah, I won't lie. In Osaka, what's the name of the place? The Japanese population.
Kinki.
The one with the Brazilian Japanese population.
Oh yeah, that's good. Okay, so that's more in Tokyo area, but there's like Toyota. I forgot Aichi. There's other places. Yeah, there's a lot of Japanese Brazilians. So yeah.
Okay.
You would do well there, man. I can tell by how you're acting right now. Yeah, you would do really well if you went there and met them.
Okay. Yeah, no, that just caught my attention. I don't want to get away from the topic. I really can't say.
We can talk about them. We can talk about sure. So I mean, again, because they're still Japanese, so you can definitely go there and date. You'd actually have a wonderful time. I would say for Korea, it's kind of touch and go. So it really matters on her. So there's some places in Seoul that you can definitely do well as a black man. I've heard other good things about the South. Of course, I was in Seoul when I was there, and I was dating. I had decently okay time dating in Korea. It was okay. I kissed a few. It was all right, but I knew it was going to be too difficult for me to actually do marriage. If marriage was possible with a Korean, boom, it would have been done.
Okay. Yeah, and that caught my attention. That last bit you said about the Japanese.
Sorry, brother. Why was it hard to marry a Thai chick? But why would it be hard? Is it language differences or?
No, Korean. It would have been hard to marry a Korean at that time, just because I was black, and I knew it. I felt it. So the girl would kind of want to date me, but she didn't necessarily want to bring me home to her father. That was the issue. So again, on your channel IP, when I'm hearing, 20 years later, when I'm hearing black men come through and talk, I'm like, okay, maybe the situation has changed. And it looks like it has to some degree compared to what I was there before. So if you can figure out how to date Korean women, and, I think it's a wonderful option, because they're they absolutely are wonderful women. But it's, again, what is her price level going to be? What is her price point? You have to really be thinking about this from a really realistic point of view. Whereas you saw that the Thai 5. I haven't talked. I've talked some degree about my Filipina. I had a Filipina 5. I had a single mother Filipina back in the day. Yeah, she was a 5 too. But my goodness, I couldn't. Okay, PG-13. Anyway, I had a very good time with her. So, guys, just think about your options. That's all. I would say start with Japan, see what you can do there, and then start moving to other countries if you see the situation isn't what you like.
Awesome.
If I could just interject really quick.
Before you do so, Javi, can you turn the camera on in the background so you're not a troll? please go on.
Don't worry, it's really quick. So it's kind of crazy because I was looking at it like 2 or 3 weeks ago when I had just got paid that flights to Japan were under $1,000, and I live on the East Coast, U.S. And I was like, should I pull trigger? Should I not? Because I was like, dude, usually flights like $2,000, and now they're creeping back up, and I'm kicking myself in the butt because I'm like, I should have bit the dip. I should have bit the dip.
It's every year around March. It's between the end of February to the middle of March. It goes under $1,000. Do you know why?
Why?
There's a reason. No, it's because all the college students graduate at the end of March, and then they go into companies, and they may not have another opportunity, especially the men, may not have another opportunity to travel for the next 40 years. So they in mass go out and go see other countries between February and March. And that's why the prices drop so low. It's filled with Japanese college students.
That's interesting.
Okay, awesome. Let me bring in Mr. Javi in the background. Thank you, Javi. You're confirmed. Yep, Javi, you're all good, brother. Come on, bro.
I know too much. I
think Japan is calling you back again, Theo. It's your true home, bro.
Okay, I'll land there to refuel, and I'll keep on going to Thailand.
But you might find a nice Japanese chick, brother, in Japan and cancel a Thailand trip. You never know, bro. Let me bring in Mr. Javi in the background. What's going on, Javi?
Hey, can you hear me?
Loud and clear, bro. You good?
Oh, yeah. All right, cool. Yeah, nice to be up here with you, Theo. Followed your stuff for a while, so
cool.
Just want to give you your props. I was talking to BGS about you yesterday.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. I don't do cloud, but I'm a designer with software, so I appreciate the work that you're doing from afar. I hope to model that for my own industry a little bit. So, but yeah, I just want to say for the population demographic issues of Asia, I'm more of a Latin American expert, but I pretty much hit it from Argentina all the way up to Mexico, but well, not every country, but most. But as far as Asia goes, I have not hit that. But what I think is that they probably will have to recruit other people, and it's going to come down to a few groups, probably Africans if they really want to so choose that, maybe Middle Easterners, and probably us, Black men that can travel, even probably some white men that can travel. And I think that if they do cut a deal or tap into this group, especially this group that you have, IRP, it's a win-win for them, and a win-win for us, a win-win for them. They get the numbers that they need, but they also get the intellectual class that they could benefit from.
I'm ready, bro.
I think
I can mobilize 1 million brothers to get hit off Japan ASAP. Go on, bro.
Well, the thing is, I want to say is that there's a lot of countries, I think, not even just in Asia, but that I when I've traveled, I've even said to some, I'm like, if there's a deal to be made, it's up to y'all if you really want to take it. But I think whoever is first on the table to really recognize that there's a group of American, British, Canadian, and pretty much Western men in general that are not getting the best bang for their buck in their own country and can offer them sweet visa deals for residency, but residency with a pathway to citizenship. I think we'll win that route, because when I look at citizenship in some of these countries I go to, some places it's easier, some places it's harder. Like Brazil, it's a little longer. That's my ultimate goal, but in other countries it's kind of seems a little faster. But yeah, I think that I think Japan and South Korea really should probably cut that deal, but I don't know if anyone's really bringing that to their attention. So
they're gonna want you to immigrate to their country.
Are you asking?
That's how that's what they're gonna want.
Yeah.
That's how that's gonna go down. So they're gonna want you. Like, again, I have a permanent residency visa for Japan. What they're gonna want is for you to get married, make children, and be there, but be a part of their culture. That's why, they're absorbing you. That's how this is really working.
And I think that's a fair deal.
Japanese women don't do well abroad. It's my real opinion. Koreans do somewhat well abroad, but Japanese women kind of icky abroad. They can go abroad for a short time and be a tourist, and maybe for a year, but they really do well in Japan.
Why do you think that is for Japanese women?
Just how they are. They're kind of insular. They just do well within their culture. They've got everything they need and want in that culture, and in a lot of ways, they think their culture for them is superior than the West. Anything in the West can offer them. They have a fascination about New York and London, big fascination about British culture. But
Yeah,
even
I was gonna say because
they want to be there for a while. They don't want to stay there.
that makes sense. Because when I lived in New York, there's two large Japanese communities. I'm not sure if you've run into them, Theo.
Mhm.
One inside of Manhattan, and another one in the suburbs of New York.
Mhm.
But they were all insular. They did their own Japanese thing. Like I noticed that they didn't really interact. Like the other
Right.
groups that come into New York will kind of blend in a bit, but they kind of stayed. There were black men that dated them. There were white men that dated them, but it wasn't much of the Japanese looking outward. It was more of
Right.
you had to come to them, which I thought was interesting.
Yeah, well, as far as with the Western men, largely in Japan, are if they speak the language, we melt into the Japanese culture. The Persians, same thing. Indians, same thing. Colombians, Mexicans, same thing. Oh, Mexicans in Japan? Oh yeah, those men were hunted down. They wouldn't work IT just to open up a cantina, make a lot of money there. Those cultures blend in because they want to improve Japanese culture. So you're not gonna be able to bring them out. Again, my Japanese wife, she didn't care about green card or citizenship in the West. Didn't care. Nothing.
But it's just, I just want to say, I mean, that was true for me even when I went to one of my first countries when I went to Colombia. Like when I met the Colombians, they would lived in like Florida, but most of them were like they didn't really want to be there. They just said like we went there because it was money, and then once I got some semblance of a good amount of money that I could take back home to, Pereira, they just left. They had no desire. I always tell people like most people don't really want to be in the States. It's not that much of a benefit unless you're from a small town or a really jacked up country.
We here for a check, bruh.
We're here for a check. I have the check. I have the remote work now. I'm here for a tie 5. That's my thing. A Japanese 5 or Japanese. I'd probably go for a Japanese 6 or 7 now. Well, and I actually know what a Japanese 6 is, like a good one in Tokyo. So that'd be just fine. But you'd have to think about how expensive she is, like what this kind of cost. She's classy, she's amazing, she's still cheaper than a Western woman, but there's issues with her. Whereas again, that Thai woman, you don't have to ask her about making a kid. Just go for it. Why do I want to have to ask my wife to make a kid? I want a woman who's like, don't leave the house unless I'm pregnant.
Facts. Absolute facts. Yeah, brothers, call in. We have 10 more minutes left. We're gonna wrap it up in 5-10 minutes time. So y'all can call in if you have any questions. If you can't call in, hear your questions in a super chat or PayPal. So you want to say something, Mr. E? Go on, bro.
Well, there was one thing you guys mentioned earlier. You guys made a point that I can't exactly remember, but I remember the gist of it, which is, these women, based on that TikTok, the woman who was just, speaking outlandishly, but I realized that like I can't necessarily fully blame them. Like I really like, man, I'm gonna be honest, I move around a lot, and when I speak to a lot of men, I don't know what it is. But I can't fully blame them. You know what I'm saying? Like I hear how men speak. You know what I'm saying? I hear how like what men value. Like another day, a man was telling me, man, you got to know how to cook. This is like a big thing. Like when I was growing up, everyone's telling me know how to cook, and I'm like, what if I go to Southeast Asia? I don't need to know how to cook. And I grew up in a single mother household, so I understand that I don't know how this rotation was manufactured, like how it began spinning, how the wheel started spinning, but I don't think it was women. And I don't necessarily think it was men.
Okay, let me give a little bit of comment on that. I can cook casseroles, pot pies, and French food rather effectively, and I can make French desserts rather well. And I learned how to make that in Paris when I was there for a year. so I can cook. It'll blow her mind out of the water if you can cook a good dish, like three or four of them. They'll definitely you will be escalated in their eyes quite high. The issue is, of course, that I don't know. It sounds like you, just like me. I prefer to eat Thai, Korean, and Japanese food, right? So if you're with one of these women and then you make like a Western dish for her every once in a while, it's game over. It really is. She thinks she won the lottery with you. It's good. Like, so what I would say is make sure you have some sort of skill set like that. I think what I'm gonna do, IP, is like our next stream, I'm gonna put my French cookbooks here just so that I don't forget them, and I'll actually show some of them that I use from time to time. I love cooking French food. It's phenomenal. Some good stuff. Cook
Right.
it.
I do agree
You
that
have to do a lot, just enough to freak her out.
I do agree that it's a skill, and I think I do have a subtle belief that all men should know how to make something, right? Make a few dishes. You know, having that under your belt, you know, couldn't hurt. In fact, it could impress majority, you know, women. So, but at the same time, I feel like it's a little interesting how it became not necessarily a necessity, but it went further than an elective thing. Like when I hear, you know, because traditionally, I believe women cook. You know, traditionally speaking, I'm saying like I just feel like men, we value more things that aren't naturally our given abilities, you know what I'm saying, or are set, you know what I'm saying. Now you're versatile, you can cook, you can earn money, you know what I'm saying, that's above average. But I'm just saying where we prioritize more feminine traits. I don't know. I felt like I don't know. I was just speaking
No,
on
you're being a normal man, and you want a woman to cook. That's very normal. Nothing unusual with that.
Excuse me, I can't help but interject. You're a better man than me because you're saying you can't really blame them. I can. I blame them 100%. Dude, I've been taught how to cook because I like to eat, right? 5'6", 170, 11, 10% body fat. Like, I can cook, dude. Like, and the reason I say it's their fault is because if you would have said this back in, like, I don't know, ancient Mesopotamia, you may have had a point. But we're in the age of the internet, bro. It takes zero effort to pull up Gordon Ramsay or some other world-class chef and just sit there and mimic their recipes and cook, bro. And if you actually time yourself cooking, it doesn't actually take as long as you think, right? Like, it'll often take you more time to like have something delivered to you than if you were to just get out the ingredients and cook it yourself. Like, to maintain a home max in a day takes an hour a day, and that's if you do everything every day, which you shouldn't do. Like, we're not at, like, that's the thing that this is the reason why these kind of spaces exist in the first place, is because this stuff isn't really actually hard to do. They just don't want to do it, is the point. Like,
okay, those are some valid points.
Yeah, so I'm sorry. I just had, because you were better man than me. I blame them. I blame them.
Speak up.
100%.
I do feel I feel like what needs to be said is it's not just, you know, it's gonna help me as well, because that's a very valid point.
Awesome. All right, let's go for closing statements and comments, and then wrap it up. I'm looking at the crypto market right now. It's popping off. I need to do some reading. But let's go to Mr. Javi. Any closing statements, bro?
Yeah, I mean, I have mine. Yeah, no, we're gonna. Yeah, I have mine just be a question to both UIP and Theo. Are y'all planning to, or are you now talking to your guys about doing like residencies, you know, via digital nomad visas or pathways to citizenship for those countries? If that's what, you know, your audience is looking towards, I'm just curious. Is that something y'all planning to touch on or are currently touching on?
Yeah. So I think I'm probably going to do a stream in the future on the Japan. So I did post on my Twitter and on my Instagram about the Japan digital nomad visa. Probably do a stream on that in the future. But yeah, that's part of the whole process in the channel, brother. Visas, etc., etc. Why do you ask, bro?
Oh no, I was just curious. I mean, like that's. I mean, it was just a general question. I mean, y'all have a channel. Well, you have a channel, and you know, you talk about it. So that was it. I was just wondering. You know, y'all talk to a lot of guys, so a lot of people do the 90-day visas in countries where, you know, if you have a strong passport, you get them. But I don't hear, I'm not saying y'all, I'm just saying in general, a lot of people touch on the whole, what happens past the 9 days? Like, how can you stay in the country, you know, longer term and assimilate to the culture?
Yeah,
Okay.
we're probably have to have streams on that because you actually have to have a game plan with this. This is an entire strategy. So you have to win before you get on the airplane. That's the whole thing. You can't play around with this. You literally cannot, or else you're not going to make it in those countries. Okay? Asia's not a place for somebody to like be a hermit.
Yeah, it makes sense. I mean, you're a dual citizen, right?
Me?
Or you have like residencies in other places.
No,
right?
I have residency in Japan,
Okay.
but a citizenship, forget that. Man.
All right, man. Appreciate it. All right, thanks, IP. I'll talk to you later.
Yep.
Thanks, Shabby.
I
Speak
was
soon,
wondering.
brother. Appreciate it. Mr. Hold on, Mr. So, okay, Mr. E, what's your last statement and question? Only one
Yeah, this
point,
is my
please.
last thing. This is my last thing. It's really a question I've been having. He just reminded me of it. If going back on that hermit, if you were to have, like, say, Bangkok, what is it, 30-day, you can stay there as a month, and I think they give you an additional month, 60 days if you want to extend. If I was to stay any longer, what would be the following? Like, what would happen if, like, say I stayed an extra 5 days more, or 10 days, etc.?
You're talking about Thailand, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't play around with that because your airplane ticket, your return has to be within 30 days. They'll inspect that for you when you actually enter the country. So you have got to have a game plan from day one when you arrive. You cannot play. So all of Asia is like this. I've seen some laxing with Japan. All I can say is just have your game plan ready and tell them exactly what's going on. Remember, immigration's like the 1950s. You don't have any internet access. You don't have any rights. You're coming in. It's you versus the government. Like from day one, and you having some paper. Make sure you have everything in together, or else they'd be like, "Oh yeah, you're not being allowed in." And you're just going to sit there in international space and trying to figure out what you should do with your life.
Oh, so they're not going to let you leave? Like, you?
No, they wouldn't let you in.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because, like, I was thinking, like, what if I just move my ticket maybe 10 days more or something like that? Knowing me,
you could do that, but you have to actually you really need to have the, because if you do that, then when you try to leave the country, they can do things to you, and you don't want that. So,
like jail or.
You don't want to do that. It's not an area that you want to play around with. You don't want to play around with an overstay.
Got you.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. E. Thank you, brother.
Thank you, IP.
Awesome, brother. Take easy, bro. Take easy. Thank you, Mr. E. Great questions. Mr. Fires, what's your closing statement or question, bro?
I'll try to keep it short because I hear you getting tired over there. But for me, man, it's kind of scary to think about it, because especially with me and all I've been through in life, and all Theo's through in life, and a lot of us have been through in life, I would just say take a leap of faith and take a shot, right? If you've ever been to Japan or Asia before, or if you've ever been to these countries before, because they're very thorough, you have to take the shot. I'm going to start actually tonight, because Twilight's going to be streaming tonight, and I'm going to at least apply for one Japan job a day, every single day from here going forward. And I'm going to be having friends keeping me accountable on that goal. I think that because Asia is slowly but surely starting to accept that homogeneity may not necessarily be a long-term thing anymore because of globalization, that passport bros could probably go over there and not only make great lives, but superb and wonderful, outstanding, productive citizens in society once we do. But it's got to start with you, bro. It's got to start with you. Whatever you've done in your past, whatever, you got to hold yourself accountable. Say I'm here. Say this is where I want to be. How do I build myself the best bridge to give me the best odds, right? And if you fail, at least you can live with the attempt. And that's all I got to say, man. Just make the attempt, because I have always would have rather failed than just said, well, I didn't even make a shot at it.
I totally agree with you. Thank you for saying that. And everyone who's listening, I want you guys to understand it is so much better to make the attempt than to not do it at all. And again, I'm 50 years old. I'm so thankful when I was 24, I made the attempt with Japan. I got the visa. I went over there. I had a one-way ticket and I did Japan. My regret in life is when I was 36, that I didn't do the attempt with Thailand because I went so crazy there. And like, why didn't I try? Instead, I gave up and I left Asia. One of the worst decisions in my life. I understand why I did it, but it was cuckoo. And I look back and say, why didn't you try? You could have done Thailand, right? So, guys, don't have that kind of regret. Go for it. Just do your best offer. You'll definitely enjoy it.
Awesome, bro. Thank you, Fives. Much appreciated, bro. Shout out to Mr. Mr. Kenton O'Brien for the support. Uni IT major here. How to break into DevOps / cloud. Brought several books. Get Cuba Ducker. Can't really find it. Any internships / entry level / statue. Break it down for us, Theo.
Yeah, you're about to die, IP. We need to redeploy you. Yeah. Okay. So, Kenton, I'm DevSecOps. To be honest, I'm a DevSecOps expert myself. I've been doing this for quite a while. Look, you want to learn about that? Join my course. So basically, what you need to do is join IP's Facebook group, and then from there, reach out to me. And it's not hard to find me. And then we can talk about it. I have a new class starting tomorrow. I have a lot of DevOps guys. One of my students just got a job for $100,000 a year. This is his first cloud job he's ever had. So we're talking about that. So just reach out and we can get you into DevOps, okay? I know what you're doing. I do all that stuff myself. So again, work it. And then you do that remotely. You get $100,000 a year. Yeah, you're going to be doing well. We're going to help you be a brother abroad. But yeah, I don't know. Go to Japan first. Yeah, if you're a university student, do it like I did. Go to Japan first and get your feet wet over there.
Is that the what's it called, brother? The GCP class you're teaching tomorrow, right?
Yeah, because it's GCP, but it's DevOps.
Okay.
Of course, it's DevOps. It's Terraform. It's going to be Terraform pretty much from day one.
Awesome, bro. Awesome. So, Theo, what's your statement before we let you go, Theo?
Hey, look, I had a great time with you guys. Okay, so great time talking. I really like this idea you have of 1 million Passport Bros going to Korea and Japan. I really wish it were that easy. If it really were that easy, and I was having a great time with Japanese women, I probably wouldn't be here like I am right now. I'd be in Tokyo still banging it out. And sadly, it's not here. Guys, keep on listening to IP. We got great content for you. Wow, Bitcoin is at 68,000. I've never seen it at 68,000. What a hit that is. So I have to go see what I'm going to do with my Bitcoin. But anyway,
that was a very evil laugh, Theo.
I have to go find my Bitcoin. I have to go get the password. I might go in there and say okay, if it hits 70,000, put a price, do an automatic sell at 70,000. I might do that. So
crazy,
yeah,
right?
Yeah, I might do it. Maybe
all-time highs.
72,000.
All-time highs today, definitely today or tomorrow.
So I might go through there and look at the fundamentals. So anyway, guys, keep on coming here, keep on listening to us. We got great content for you, and we got great things. We're here to help you become a Passport Bro, get that remote job, and go to the country of your dreams. So we're here to help you out. Can I give a promo to another channel real quick? Do you mind?
Yeah, go on, bro. Yep, go on, bro.
Okay, so guys, I always say that's at the end of my channel, and again, I like supporting other channels. I when I'm on other channels, I support IP as well. So Beautiful Lies with El Guapo, he is streaming right now. So After you're done with IP, please go over to El Guapo and watch his stream because IP needs to sleep. So go over and watch El Guapo's stream and Beautiful Lies. Tell El Guapo that International Passport and Theo Waff sent you over. Okay, guys? Spread the love because we're all doing this. We're all in the same boat. He's an American black man. I met him personally. He's married to a Colombian. He had 2 divorces with ABW, and he's totally happy being a passport bro. He has a son. He is head over heels in love with his wife. He is the kind of man that we've got to be listening to because he's actually has the wife, right? And we're trying to get there. So guys, go over there and do it. Yeah, remember to say International Passport sent you and Theo Waff sent you. Okay, guys. We'll see you next week. Have a great time. Have a great week. See you, IP. Get some sleep, all right?
Thank you for your salute to you, brother. Speak soon, yeah? Thank you, bro.
Salute.
Much appreciated. So before I end the stream, brothers, right? Notice that I had the Jasmine stream last week, right? Jasmine coin stream last week, okay? Now, again, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm going to keep telling you that. I can't tell you what to do. But now Jasmine coin is in the top 100 crypto coins right now, okay? Top 100 crypto coins out of what, over 8,000? So it's moving up, okay? It's moving up nicely. It is now $1.1 billion market cap, okay? I did the stream last week, right? When I did the stream last week, it was at around, load it up, look at that, okay? It was around here, all right? So nice support, okay? Again, I'm not a financial advisor. Do your own research. All right. Okay. 90 out of thousands. It just keeps moving up. Jasmine coin keeps moving up. What happens when the bull run happens? It's got a great use case, a great team. The market is going crazy. Look at the meme coins, okay? How on earth, right, do we have Shiba Inu and Dogecoin in the top 10 coins, top 10 crypto coins? That's insane. Look at that. Shiba Inu, Dogecoin. Shiba Inu is going crazy, bruv. Look at that, 94%. That is a 25 billion market cap. I don't know what to say about this, man. I don't know what to say about this. Look at that. Look at that. Flipping heck, bruv. Look at the rise it did today. From morning to evening. That is insane. Lord have mercy. Look at Dogecoin. Again, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm looking at the market right now, okay? I'm not telling y'all to buy anything or sell anything. Do your own research. This is just out of interest, okay? Look at that. Flipping heck. Now, Bitcoin, right, has an all-time high of, what is it? 79,000? No, 69,000, sorry. Okay, so it's $500 away from its all-time high. When we speak the next time, it should have broken the all-time high. Ooh, look at this, brothers. Do your research, okay? So I'm International Passport. It's been a pleasure. It's been a pleasure, brothers. Shout out to Theo. Shout out to all the callers who called in. Shout out to all the brothers who supported the channel. Let me check the PayPal. Wow, I'm tired, man. Flipping heck. It's been a busy Monday, I'll tell you that. All right, we good. Okay. All right, brothers. Yeah. Shout out to y'all. Salute to our brothers. All right, take it easy, brothers. And I'll see you, brothers, on the next video. Peace out.